Hey fans, how about a big round of applause for your future Mountain Brook High School cheerleaders? Great job, girls. Parents, please meet your youth cheerleaders in the old gym at this time. Here's a hint, you can follow the pink t-shirts to the old gym. An adult must sign out the girls from the old gym. Once again, thank you to our sponsors for tonight's Mountain Brook Youth Cheer Clinic, Bridget Sikora of Ray and Pointer Properties, Ed Weldon of Mafiosos, and Mark Hayes of Meeting Street Graphics.
Yeah. All right. Check your I don't know if you want that right here behind us for your book, or you want this. Our sponsors right here. Of course, the only thing I forgot was my glasses.
Good evening, everybody. We're back at Spartan Stadium tonight on a warm, muggy evening, but the forecast is for it to be dry. That is the most important part. We'll put up with the warm, we'll put up with the muggy, and staying dry is a big deal. Lee Tracy along with George Palakis. It is Mountain Brook and Spain Park. Big game tonight, George.
I tell you what, here we are. We got our Spartan.
Good evening, everybody. We're at Spartan Stadium, and it is Mountain Brook and Spain Park tonight here on a warm, muggy night in beautiful Mountain Brook. We're happy to put up with the warm and put up with the muggy. We're expected to be dry. That's what we're very thankful for. and hope it stays that way. And Matt Brook comes in with a record of 3-0 overall against Payne Park, which is 1-2. They have played some tough competition, though, to mount that 1-2 record. Last week for the Spartans, it was a road win at Tuscaloosa County High.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise as we join.
I tell you what, we got some highlights. We're going to be sitting here viewing here in a second. It was a great game in Tuscaloosa County, our first game in Region 3 play. You know, the Spartans came out and held a team to 78 yards of total offense the whole game. You know, and that was in the second half. It was held them to 4 yards.
It's amazing. And here come the Spartans through the banner. Love those metallic gold helmets. Absolutely love those.
Jay Barr's coming right up the middle. Right there, boom, untouched.
Wow.
Makes the block, and there's Higgins right there ready to jump on the ball. See on?
Big thanks to Service First. Taylor up the middle. Boy, did he run into a brick wall or what? First and 10. Service first down for Mountain Brook. Oh, wide open.
There we go.
Green. And he is down to the 42. It was fun, but very hot. Here's the throw, and oh, look at Blake Roth. Wait on that, then let the defenders go by. He's down to the 8. The ball comes out. Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh.
You talk about burning up a few calories. A.J. Gates.
Oh,
A.J. Gates
touchdown.
breaks free, and he is in for the touchdown.
I tell you what, great job by A.J. doing the spinning and the moving and boom, reaching across that goal line for a touchdown.
Here's the extra point by Aiden Hood, and it is good. 23, Service first down. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Strother Gibbs alone in the backfield. He'll throw underneath. A.J. Gates makes a man miss and makes another one miss. And he's down to the 2-yard line.
Doc, you got it.
Okay.
You're so good.
Strother Gibbs breaks free. And
look at that!
Ahead to Crawford Golden. Crawford Golden for a touchdown. Oh, what a play by Strother Gibbs and Crawford Golden. Boy, that is
What an athletic play.
That is a tremendous play for Mount Brook, and that's 3rd and goal from the 7.
That's
Will Banks, he is in for the Mount Brook touchdown.
Oh, they're going to call him down on the 1.
Well, not this official down here.
Yeah, let's see what they're saying here. We're going to probably have a little discussion right here. Let's watch old Daniel Wilbanks stumble. And look at old Hugh Lawson Joy making a hit. And look at Mancuso with a good block.
And everything is good. Here's the end around, and the Spartan defenders are there.
Ball's on the ground.
Buckman.
Spartan's got the ball. Let's see who's coming up with it. Is that Clark Griffin?
Service first down, Mount Brook knocking on the door again. Gates has a hole on the right side and has a Mount Brook touchdown.
And you see it right now. It's almost as if the Spartans are starting to run downhill.
Sports Center coming up after the game. Here comes the rush. Edward Kane is going to bring him down inside the 5.
Followed by
Dun-dun-dun.
right on cue for Sports Center. Edward Kane to make the tackle.
Might make a top 10 play.
Look at this, right up, untouched.
Oh, great play by Jay Bars. He just fought off his blocker, tackled the man behind the line for a loss.
Absolutely.
And
nice
spin move by Sam Higgins, and that was a pretty run. Higgins again, right side. Sam trying to get it in. He did. did get it in. A touchdown, Mountain Brook.
I tell you what, close up the lunch pail right there, Sam Higgins. Just a workhorse kind of drive, and Sam just following Sam Higgins everywhere.
To force himself into the end zone.
And there you go. You see Atkins Roberts to make the kick.
So the Spartans win by a final of 34-0 here at County High. They move to 3-0 and 1-0 in region play.
Big.
And back live for tonight's game. You know, George, looking at those highlights as you see our captains shaking hands out in the middle of the field. Who are our captains tonight, George?
About to say linebacker Edward Kane, number 6. Number 14, Robert Reed, cornerback for the Spartans. Hugh Lawson-Joy, who's had some big games for us, our right guard. And Trey Gorey, our nose guard, number 62.
I was talking about looking at those highlights from last week, the one play that sticks out to me, and there was a lot of great plays that we just saw. But that one play where Strother Gibbs is about to be sacked and manages to get away, do a push to Crawford Golden, who turns it into a touchdown. So you go from the ultra-negative sack to the ultra-positive touchdown on that play. What a great play that was.
You know, and that's Strother. You know, and he's got that Brett Favre kind of thing about him. You know, he can stretch a play, he can make something happen, and he's always thinking there is an opportunity. And that was one that worked for us. It was great touchdown for the
His
Spartans.
size and his strength helped him in escaping that sack.
You know, and we're coming through. You know, you look at, we are going on 10 quarters that we have held opponents scoreless. The past 2 games, we've shut our opponent out. You know, our defense has just been spectacular, and we were talking about that earlier. You know, our defense held them to 78 yards total offense. The week before against Center Point, they held them to 145 yards. As you see, the Spartans coming out on the field, and look at that, they're coming through the peace out sign right behind the Spartans from the coming out from the goalpost. You'll look, and that's our 7th and 8th grade team that's back there, of a lot of the key players that are there for the Spartans. See Spain Park coming out too, but you know, it's great to see our 7th and 8th graders out here supporting the team. We got some big players, the linebackers Trent Wright and quarterback Benjamin Parrott, and Rob Gillespie, who's the son of one of our sponsors, Robert Gillespie with Mountain Brook Sporting Goods. We got some future Spartans. We got 78 players playing in 8th grade this year.
That's fantastic.
Isn't that fantastic?
That's good numbers.
If you can keep 45 in
There they are.
If you can keep 45 of these guys excited about football and playing in high school, I'm telling you, state championships are coming our way. Each class needs about 45, 50 players.
All right.
But, you know, tonight, you know, here we are, we're coming in. You know, we keep saying the Spartans are in a great place for Region 3 play. You know, we're 1-0. Tonight's game is an important game. We go up 2-0. You know, you got Hoover's already played Thompson. You got, you know, there's the Trustville and Thompson and Hoover. They're all playing each other right now. If we can make some ground up right now and get the lead and get comfortable.
Yeah, if we can be winning while they're beating up each other.
Yep.
That would give us some margin for error.
Absolutely.
Hoping that we don't error, but it would give us some margin for error.
It's given us time to grow up too, as our line. Hey, our sponsors tonight that we couldn't do this broadcast without is Medical Properties Trust, Southern Sky Aviation by the Jernigan Foundation, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods, Service First Bank, and Gorey Reagan.
Thanks so much to all of them. We appreciate their support. Ask you to support them. Here we are with the opening kickoff by Spain Park. Spartans will receive it, but it'll be into the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and the Spartans will start at the 20.
So as we look at our Spartans right now, and you know, the Spartans are a little banged up here, but we see our starting lineup coming out, and we're going to have a new Andrew Fleming, new right tackle, starting for us tonight, which we're going to see how he does.
Number 66, junior, Run near side for A.J. Gates. He gets the edge and gets out to the 26-yard line. Nice 6-yard gain on first down for A.J.
Yeah, fantastic play. We're sure just talking about number 66, Andrew Fleming, getting his first start. He pulls around to the left. Strother doesn't. It's a read kind of option kind of play. He hands it off to A.J. going the other way, and for a good 6-7-yard gain. But you'll see number 66 lead around a couple of times tonight. You'll see Strother go for a few yards.
Second down and 4. Play action pass. Strother Gibbs throws, has a man. It's a short gain, only about 2 yards on the completed pass to Crawford Golden.
Crawford Golden, I'll tell you what, we are not skipping a beat at that tight end position this year. He is so valuable to our team in blocking and in receiving, catching. He is fantastic job. 2-yard gain, leaving us down with a third and short 2.
Well, when you think about all the great players that Mountain Brook has had at that tight end position over the years, it's such a pivotal position in this offense. Third down and 2. It is Strother Gibbs keeping it wisely and getting all the way out to the 45 on a play that needed 2 for a first down. He'll get 17.
Great read that time by Strother. We had just talked about him in the read option, and right here you're going to see it played perfectly. You see right here he gets a snap. He reads that end crashing down. He reads them perfectly and cuts it right up and gets him a big gain for a service first.
Yeah, you saw about 4 of the Jaguars tackling A.J. Gates, who didn't have the ball. There was only one Jag that knew Strother had it, and he was able to make him miss and turned it into a big play.
And that key is that defensive end that wants to crash down. You read that right there, and I'm telling you right now, we'll be going to the races.
2-yard gain on that service first down play. Second down at 8. And the Spartan Spear. We sent 3 receivers left, 2 to the right, creating the empty backfield. Strother Gibbs, the only one back there, and he's in trouble and going down.
I tell you, at that time, they showed a blitz over the left side. Our left guard, Braxton Lester, makes great effort to get there. Just a step, missed a step, and Spain Park getting a sack on Strother that time.
Yeah, Josh Wallace blitzed from his linebacker position and got in there for the sack.
You know, I'm about to say Braxton with his head on his swivel there, seeing what's coming through, and tried to make the efforts tough. He's on the left side, and it's coming over, from the right side.
Back to pass is Gibbs. Here comes a rusher again. They're setting up the screen. A.J. Gates has it, but credit the Jaguars. They still had other defenders back there to defend that screen, and it did not work out for the Spartans, and they'll be forced to punt. One of their rushers came all the way in, but a couple of them, red screen, stayed back and made that play.
Yeah, that time, a little bit, probably too much pressure. Probably should have held a block a little bit longer before you let him in.
Fourth down at 15. Aiden Hood to punt. Another beautiful punt. Spiral, turns over, and dropped it, but got right back on it at the 18-yard line. Excellent punt by Aiden Hood.
Aiden Hood averaging 46 yards a punt this season for the Spartans so far. Last week we saw a 73-yard punt that he helped flip the field on. And
I think he had a 58-yarder last week too.
Absolutely. So here we are.
He has been exceptional in the punting game.
So we see Will Baines at linebacker getting a start for the Spartans. And Reed Manley, number 47 for the Spartans, getting a start at the outside linebacker spots.
Trey Gorey, the first one in on that stop defensively for the Spartans, just a gain of 2.
So as we've talked about, we're battling a few injuries here and there, little elements, and you get seen that some guys getting their first chance to start this season.
Second down at 8, quick pass in the flat. Their receivers blocking. One of them was holding, got away with it, and they turned it into a nice gain.
And Baines Autry coming up like a missile to make that hit to get us right there at the marker, but third and probably less than a yard to go.
Third down, Spain Park.
Yeah, third down. In fact, they've now signaled first down.
First down.
I was going to say third and extremely short. And then they signaled first down. So it's 1st and 10. Quarterback is Brody Susi.
Number 6. Okay, I was looking at number 5, and I'm like, they have a few quarterbacks.
All right, which one is it?
Right now, it's Mason Pronk. They have a few quarterbacks. Barker's one of them.
Yeah,
Susi,
that was the one I was expecting.
Susi's one of them, and Pronk's one of them. Susi's dad played with the Pirates, I believe. And we all know the famous Barker name, who's one of our sponsors, Mount Brook Sporting Goods.
Absolutely. It is Pronk this time, and he throws the other side in the flat, and this play works well. In fact, it might work all the way. It will. Spain Park is going to get a 72-yard touchdown.
They got good blocking out there on the edge. Were able to seal it off and then off to the races for a touchdown. You know, on the Spain Park side is Marty Roselle, the quarterback's coach. We were just talking about those quarterbacks that he's working with. You know, Marty coached here at Mount Brook for 8 years and a terrific coach. And right there, good play call and off to the races as Spain Park goes for 72 yards for a touchdown.
Well, and we talked about this with Mountain Brook before. Blocking by receivers such a critical part of the offense. Same can be said for Spain Park, and we saw 2 plays in a row there where their receivers blocked very well, and that's what broke the plays.
You know, the one thing, you know, that as we say, you know, the Spartans have held their opponents scoreless the past 2 games, and reached in 2 quarters to the center point game. You know, it's one of those things that our defense is an attacking defense and blitzing, but that time it was just great blocking by Spain Park and just outdid the Spartans on that play. But they were showing their speed. So we got Hamp Green and A.J. Gates that are deep for the Spartans to return.
Number 7, A.J. Gates.
We look at our front line up here, and I see Brendan Brogan, number 5. I look at number 79, Will Christopher up on the line. Then 44, Jared Harrison.
There's the kick.
Jay Bars and Reed Manley up on the front.
Another touchback.
For a touchback. The Spartans take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
I didn't think it could be hotter than last, or the humidity could be as bad as it was last week.
I think it is.
I mean, we can cut through this air.
We didn't have to deal with the bright sunshine at the very beginning like we did last week,
That's right.
But it is very muggy. Here's a straight run by Strother Gibbs. He's going to get very little, if anything, before they knock him back.
So, you know, Spain Park, you know, comes in here with a loss last week to Vestavia, 0-1 in the region. Spain Park, but I will tell you, this region is very, very tough. Spain Park was in the top 10 group. You know, Oak Mountain's up there. They're all getting votes for the top 10 in the state. You already got Vestavia, Mountain Brook, Hewitt, Thompson, and Hoover in that top 10. Shows you where football's being played.
Yeah.
Region 3.
A.J. Gates with it. He's got some room on the left side, and he'll pick up about 8 yards, maybe 9, depending on the mark. Nice run there over the left side.
Yeah, left side there, and you know, on the left side, you're anchored down by number 51, the leader of that offensive line, Michael Mancuso, and Braxton Wetzel right here. So let's watch those guys, Aiden McDonald. But look at Mancuso kick his block on out, and then Braxton getting up in there and driving his guy on down, get to the second level.
That gave you a really good look at those guys over there on that left side, creating that hole for A.J. So we go from 2nd and 11 to 3rd and 2, but nothing this time. Over on the left side, he'll lose a yard.
Yeah, that time AJ needed probably to cut it up inside, and the block was being kicked out. And when he busted it to the outside, it allowed that guy just to keep his containment and make the tackle for Spain Park. So another punt now by Aiden Hood.
And it's going to be a fair catch called for and made at the 38.
35-yard punt,
You know,
no
Spain
return.
Park really looks
Spain
like
Park
they
will
are
carry the first and 10
into this game.
Yeah.
Their
from
players.
their own 38
And I
yard
think
line.
it's what you've already talked about, George. They're 0-1 in region play. They've already gotten a loss last week to Vestavia.
And they're 1-2 on the season.
Yeah. So I think their coaches have gotten into
Official
them
timeout on the
this
field.
Well,
week.
you know, they remind me, I'll tell you what, they remind me of what the Spartans were like a few years ago, losing, by 9 points is what's the difference in their losses. So they're really good. But hey, why don't we talk about one of our sponsors right now, and I'm going to talk about Southern Sky Aviation. Southern Sky Aviation is Birmingham's only full-service aviation company, offering charter flights, brokerage services, aircraft management, maintenance, avionics, and flight training. For our team, there's no greater passion than that of serving our guests, clients, and partners in the pursuit of a better way to fly. With certified pilots, expert maintenance professionals, and avionics specialists, we're providing the safest, most enjoyable aviation experience in the region. Visit us at Southern Sky Aviation and let us show you how to reimagine flight. I'll tell you what, it'd be great to get one of those flights down either to the Plains or to Oxford, the Grove this weekend, charter one of those for one of those games. Southern Sky Aviation supported by the Jernigan Foundation. Thank you for your sponsorship.
That would be the way to go. Southern Sky Aviation. 1st and 10 for Spain Park. Straight run by the quarterback. He'll get a yard and then get crushed. In fact, his helmet went flying off. That's Pronk again. Boy, he met some serious resistance from the golden helmeted guys that time.
You know, you see Gavin Lee coming up and making that tackle, but it was somebody too on the line. Looked like, it was Gavin Lee from the side making that big hit and jolting that helmet off.
Here's a run to the left side, short gain. Spartans there to make the play defensively, include James Burkett.
Clark Griffin, he's always one of the Griffin boys in on the
if
tackle.
Not 1, 2.
Yeah, I'm about to say. So Grant Griffin, safety for the Spartans, does such a great job, always coming up for run support.
Third down and 6.
And there's Heath Griffin, and like I keep saying, in 8th grade, is in the same caliber.
That's exciting. Here comes the rush.
Oh!
He's hit as he throws, and it is almost picked off.
I tell you what.
Who was that for Mountain Brook?
Hey, I tell you, the big team captain tonight, Trey Gorey, making a big old salami sandwich for himself. He just ate that one up on the hit here.
Boy, Pronk has gotten crushed.
I mean, put a
Two
piece
of the
of
last
lettuce.
3 plays.
Yeah, put a piece of lettuce, tomato, and some cheese on that salami sandwich. Gorey just ate it.
And at the back end of the play, it was Grant Griffin who knocked it out and almost picked it off. 4th down, punting situation. And this is going to be a fair catch. He did not call for a fair catch. Hamp Green will return it instead. About 8 yards to the 38.
I tell you, Hamp Green, he's got ice running in those veins. He's ready to make the play. And I tell you, look at this. Here we go. We're showing that previous play again. Trey Gorey just making the hit. You see Clark Griffin making the tackle. There's an injured player right now on the Spain Park side.
Well, I'll tell you what, Spain Park broke that one big play for their touchdown, but other than that, the Spartans are being extremely physical.
Absolutely. How about we give another one of our credit to one of our sponsors, Gorey Reagan. Secure your business today with Gorey Reagan's proven solutions. With products backed by our knowledgeable sales and service teams, you can be confident that your security, parking, and time and attendance systems are in good hands. Our Mount Brook school system just utilized Gory Reagan to put their secured access control system in place in all our schools to help further secure and protect us. Call my good friend Charlie Reagan's team today at 205-871-7395 or go online at goryreagan.com. Gory Reagan, serving our community since 1959. Charlie Reagan, you will not find a better family than the Reagan family. And Charlie Reagan, he is a man true to his word.
Appreciate them. Gory Reagan. Service first down, Mount Brook, A.J. Gates. Room on that left side again. He got about, well, I was going to say 5, but they're only going to give him 4.
Hey, we'll take 4 every time. We get 4 every play. We get us a first down every 3. I'll tell you, once again, our leader of that offensive line is that Michael Mancuso. And I tell you, he's such a leader, and he's the one that keeps that group together. Great job by the left side that time.
Second down and 6. This time fake it to Gates. Strother Gibbs keeps it, breaks 1 tackle. He'll get across the 45 and then gets pushed back. They're going to mark him close to the 46. It'll be 3rd and short.
I'll tell you what, it's great to watch the Spartans. When you watch the plays developing, you need traffic control down there with all the pooling and different things that are going on down there. I tell you, you saw Braxton Wexler that time doing a terrific job of blocking and Strother getting it up for the first down.
Third down and 1. And A.J. Gates, oh, did he get it with that second effort? Looked like he wasn't going to get it. Oh, they did not give him a good mark.
That right foot, where are they marking it?
Nowhere near.
Yeah.
The official on the far side, the line judge, marked it right at the sticks. But the official that actually put the ball down marked it a good 2 feet further back. So it'll be 4th and short.
So the Spartans here are going to punt. But I tell you what, I know what I like to see a lot of times from our punt team. That's a little shift. Play clock.
Time is out on the field. Mount Brook, their first timeout of the first half.
We got a timeout on the field with Mount Brook trailing Spain Park 7-0. You know, we both mentioned how hot and muggy it is tonight, but yet they did not take the water break, did they?
They have not.
Did it slip by without me noticing?
I don't know. I took me a water break. I got me a sip. You know,
there's always a point somewhere later in the season where they stop taking them in the middle of every quarter, but not I think they should be taking them tonight.
It's one of those things, I tell you, once again, it's 4th and less than a yard, but, you know, this shows you the respect we have for the Spain Park Jaguars. But at the same time, with our punting team and what our punters have been able to do, pinning them deep in the past couple of games, it's going to be interesting to see.
All right, here we go out of the timeout.
We'll be ready to watch a shift, too.
Good snap back.
Good punt.
Another good punt. Fair catch called for at the 15. So they'll pin it back inside their 20 at the 15. Another good job by Aiden Hood.
Well, finally, we've got them back further back on their side of the field. You know, they've been having possession start at about the 30 and the 40. Now we got them inside the 20. Time for us to see the Spartans take a few risk here on the blitz and see what we come up with.
2:37 remains in the first quarter. 7-0 Spain Park. Pronk, the quarterback, hands it off, and a short gain of about 2 where the Spartans gang tackle him. Several in on it. Last 2 guys up off the bottom of the pile. 98 Cade Holmes and 26 Will Baines.
And I'll tell you another one that came down the line from the right side on Ford Kelly. And of course, Jay Barrs, number 88, always doing a good job of holding the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Jay always gets involved. Second down, about 8. There's that bubble screen again that has worked for them. But the Spartans, ever since it worked for them twice, they are defending it much better now. And in fact, that was excellent play to make the tackle by Reed Manley.
I tell you, Reed Manley doing a great job of holding down and containment. You will see it right here. He will not give up his position. He keeps it there and allows for, Griffin to come in to make the tackle and Reed to make the tackle. But, man, I tell you what, Reed Manley is who made it by keeping that containment and holding the line of scrimmage.
Reed was Manley on that play. And Grant Griffin did help out with the tackle. Another dangerous pass that's almost picked off by a Spartan.
Logan Brewer out there on the coverage that time, and Will Yarborough on the coverage, getting a fingertip on it and just enough to deflect that ball. And now we got Hamp Green with his feet on the 50. We see the field position starting to change.
The defense has really picked it up.
Yep.
And with the good punting game to go with it, that combination is what has changed the field position for Mountain Brook. Now see if Hamp can get us a return. It's a short punt.
Fire, boys.
He's just kicking it out of bounds.
Yeah.
He's kicking it away from Hamp. And that will give Mountain Brook excellent field position at the 46.
Let's see where the referee's coming up to.
Yeah, it should be up a little bit closer than that. 46 is where it landed, but it landed a good 8-10 yards out of bounds. The angle should be at least 5-6 yards up the field, and we got no angle given to us at all.
Not at all.
None
there. All right, well, here comes the Spartans right now here on the service first down and on about the 46-yard line. There's the Spartan spear as we see us going into.
Two receivers left, one to the right. One setback to the right of Strother Gibbs. That's A.J. Gates. He's got it. And a gain of 3 or 4 on first down. Again, that offensive line getting a bit of a surge, and A.J. has been consistently getting 3 to 4 yards on first down.
And notice the Spartans have started off this first quarter really running the ball, trying to establish the run. And that's what we've seen by the Spartans the first 3 weeks. By the second half, taking over a ball game.
All right, again, a short mark. They only give him 2. And this time Strother keeps after faking it to A.J. He'll reverse his field, and he's in trouble, and he's going down for a loss. He'll lose 7 yards on that play.
Down for a loss.
I tell you, Strother shows the speed of Spain Park that time. Typically, Strother's able to get outside of that and keep it going. He's able to extend plays. Just nothing open for him to get the ball. Sometimes you get outside that tackle, you got to let go of that ball and get it thrown out of bounds and save the sack.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Our score, Spain Park 7, Mountain Brook nothing after 1 on the Mountain Brook Sports Net.
The Mountain Brook football program will like to take our
If you were coaching these kids, what would you coach? Physical training and endurance, position skills and mental discipline, or overarching teamwork? To succeed, they'll need it all, and one thing more, especially when they're 4 scores down and have to dig down deep to bring forth their best game. It's called playing with heart, for that's what true champions always leave on the field. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare.
2/3 of drivers who died in car crashes chose to ignore this warning. Seatbelts save lives. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
12 minutes put on the scoreboard clock as we get ready to start the second quarter. Game 4 of the season, Spartans and the Jaguars from Spain Park. Mountain Brook 3-0 so far on the year. Strother Gibbs back to pass, loading up for a long one. He's got a man, and he's got a first down. That was a 3rd down and 16 play And the O-line had to give him time. It took a while for that play to develop. They did, and then a beautiful pass and catch.
Absolutely. You know, of course, you're always, Hugh Lawson Joy always doing a great job. But look at number 66, getting his first start tonight and holding his guy out, pushing him out. But look at Hugh Lawson Joy and McDonald and Wexler and Kuso doing their job, doing a great job holding out.
And what a beautiful pass that was. He hit his man right between the up guy and the deep guy in the zone. Now we bring in the bruising fullback, Daniel Wilbanks, and he crashes his way into the line for 2 tough yards.
You know, we were talking about, Daniel Wilbanks and A.J. and those guys, what great backs they are. You know, we're walking into the season, coming into tonight's game. A.J.'s got 167 yards on the season. Daniel Wilbanks, 231. Sam Higgins, 240.
That's fantastic.
That's a stable of running backs right there.
And remember, A.J. did not play basically the second half of the Northridge game because of a slight injury. Second down at 8. Here's the quick pitch to A.J. Gates. I like that play. That quick pitch, usually they'll get even more on that. Got about 2 or 3 this time.
I expect to hear the band play. Dun, 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 dun. See that tall sweep going out there?
Yeah.
See the old quick pitch right here. That's an old school play that I just love, just with a little new wrinkle.
Too.
Little new wrinkle.
Love the quick pitch or the toss sweep.
Yep.
Just don't see those plays nearly as often as you used to.
No.
Third down and 6. And here comes the blitz, and Strother breaks free, trying to get to the sticks. He does, but a flag way back in the offensive backfield behind the play.
I tell you what, that time there'll probably be a little bit of a hold or somewhere. But I tell you, Strother, that is how valuable he is with his feet. Right here, Spain Park selling out and going to be blitzing, and he just sidesteps and watch the speed take him up to the first down marker. Got holding.
I'd have to look at the replay another 2 or 3 times to find it, I guess. I didn't see a hold that first time. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I didn't see it on my first look at the replay.
Well, that's a huge call.
Would have been a first down.
First down, and look how it flips the, you know, when you look at we'd either be up at the 25-yard line, and we're back at the 43. It's got to be right in here where he threw it. And I'm thinking he's calling it on our right here on our center reaching out, but that's not one to hold.
Third down. Strother Gibbs going long, and receiver never could get to the ball, Crawford Golden, because the defender had gotten himself between Crawford and where the ball was coming down.
And that time it showed our running back, A.J. Gates, you know what, if you're good running the ball, you got to be even better blocking for everybody. He picked up a good block to give Strother opportunity. Oh, we got a warning.
I was going to say, that looks like a flag for the old sideline warning, which there's nothing walked off on that on the first one. It's just a warning. Spartans will have to punt again.
Josh Wallace.
Spartans offensively have gotten a couple of service first downs, moved it some, but have not been able to sustain a drive. This is a low liner of a punt that's going to bounce into the end zone. So that'll allow Spain Park to start at their 20.
Spain Park takes over first and 10.
Early second quarter, 7-0 Spain Park.
That first drive, Spain Park had that real explosive play, but since then the
73 yards.
Since then the Spartans have settled down on defense and are controlling this game here.
Yeah, the defense has been fabulous ever since that play.
And you know, it's a defense right now that there's no Colton Yeager out there.
Yeah.
And there's no Colin Bussman.
Those are 2 major pieces to be playing without. Here's a gain of about 4 yards on the first down
Number 2,
run.
Jalen Henderson, the ball carrier.
I'll tell you right now, once again, you can tell this is going to be Grant Griffin's game
Yeah,
at safety, helping to come up and support us. You know, we're missing, like we said, 2 big players, but hey, Reed Manley and Will Baines are stepping in, supporting the Spartans nicely.
2nd down 6. Pronk runs. He'll gain a couple and is still pushing. Spartans push back. He's got 1st down yardage.
Number 5, Mason Pronk, the ball carrier.
You know,
And he lost his hat
Ball
again.
down by a host of Spartans.
They need to adjust his headgear because the quarterback's having to come out of the game for a play. That's twice now because his helmet came off.
and look who's coming in the ball game. A familiar number 7, who is Harrison Barker.
Yeah, their quarterbacks are numbers 5, 6, and 7. Pronk is 5, Susie is 6, and Barker is 7. Here's a big run, and they're going to score on another big play. Unless he gets caught, he will not. Another big play scores for Spain Park. They had a 73-yard touchdown pass. This time it's a 67-yard run.
Ouch. You know, big plays in games like this, you cannot have. If they go against you. 9:16 right now, left in the 2nd quarter. Spain Park attempting the extra point.
Well, and as we said, George, the defense has been superb on every other play,
Yeah,
except those 2 big plays.
2 big plays. Games come down to about 5 or 6 plays, and I think 2 of them we know of right now. And you know, it's just one of those things. You know, it was nothing special about that play. It was just hat on hat, and a lane opened up for him, and he was off and running.
Was it 3 again? Was it Manny Austin? I think it was number 3. He actually caught the long touchdown pass. He's listed at running back.
Well, I was thinking it was, and of course, here we are. What do we say? I was thinking it's number 2. Jalen Henderson, but
Might have been.
you know, we're all
It was a single digit.
often. What do we say? We're often wrong, but always.
But
certain.
never in doubt.
Never in doubt. Yeah, often wrong, but never in doubt. So that's what you get with this all-star broadcast is Lee and me sort of going, well, was it 2 or was it 3? I don't know, 2, I think. But you do get entertained. Which I wonder where Fred and Fred are tonight.
That's a good question. Okay, Spartans need to get something going here now. Down 2 touchdowns, 14-0. Here's a returnable kick. Camp Green reels it in at the 3 and breaks 1 tackle, but he can't break the 2nd and the 3rd. They'll stop him around the 15.
I tell you what, I'm looking at the Spain Park team, and it just seems to be getting a little bit stronger as the game goes on. You know, and I think that's that confidence in the team that's been down the past couple of weeks, but they've seemed to find themselves this week. So it's time for the offense to put something together here with 9:08 here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see if we can put ourselves together a drive and get ourselves back in this ballgame.
Camp Green and Pierce Rodriguez wide to the left side. It's a run over left guard for a few on 1st down. Daniel Wilbanks carried the football.
He's brought down by number 10, Josh Wallace.
Josh Wallace,
Play gains 2 yards.
you know, the tackle
2nd
for
down,
Spain
Spartans.
Park. This time Blake Roth wide to the near side. He's the only wide receiver in the formation. Strother Gibbs in trouble again. He'll be sacked. That's like the 3rd time tonight he's been sacked.
You know, once again, that's what you'll call a coverage sack. I mean, Strother's, I tell you what, he slammed his head down on the turf pretty hard. You know, what's great is with these helmets we have, they're able to measure the contact and the hit. So he's okay. He's out there, probably just got a little bit of the wind knocked out of him.
Big number 92 for them. Dequarius Hill made the tackle. And this is Strother Gibbs keeping it. He's got some room, and he's going to be close to a first down, but I think he's going to be about 1.5 yards short.
Wow, you know, that time there was a bobble snap. You see as Strother's getting the snap, there's a little bit of bobble as he's trying to hand it off. It was just enough to help make the fake for him, I think.
And once again,
4th and 1.
we've seen the Spartans do this tonight. They're getting close to first downs to keep drives going, but they're coming up just short. And Aiden Hood on to punt again. Missile of a punt. Fair catch called for at the 35.
Taken at the 10-yard line.
Nothing Spain Park. 6:52 to play the first half.
41-yard punt.
Good crowd here tonight to support these Spartans.
Yeah, really good crowd.
A little bit quiet at the moment. Sort of, I think everybody's a little stunned at what we're seeing.
35-yard line.
There is number 2 again. He's got it again. That's Trevor. Jalen Ward. Yeah, I'll get it right. Jalen Henderson.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you see Edward Kane making the tackle. You see what Spain Park's doing. They're really moving fast with the snap counts here and not giving us a chance to get set up, and it's catching us every single time.
That time it was the read option, and Pronk faked it to Henderson, kept it, and got all the way out to midfield.
You know, that time you notice the Spartans are looking over the sideline trying to get the play, and Spain Park already had it ready to go.
And this time they're taking the mid-quarter water break. 6:21 remaining in the second. 14-0 Spartans trailing.
I'll tell you what, we're going to talk about one of our sponsors, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods. For decades, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods has been serving Mountain Brook and the surrounding community. Now under new management of Jay Barker, Rob Howland, and Robert Gillespie, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods is ready to build on past success and expand their breadth and quality of service. One way we do that is by providing complete and reliable service to all our teams. No matter what your need, from printed fan gear to equipment, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods provides it. We carry all the top brands for every major sports, and if we don't have it, we can get it for you. So don't waste your time traveling down those busy highways. Come see us on Church Street in the heart of Mountain Brook, Monday through Saturday, or visit our website, Mountain Brook Sporting, MTNSportingGoods.com. Mountain Brook Sporting Goods, make us your one-stop shop for all your sporting good needs. Of course, we got Jay Barker's son, Harrison, playing on the other side that was in on that last touchdown play. But I'll tell you what, go get your fan gear tomorrow. You got some big games. Root on the Tigers, whether you're LSU or Auburn, or for Ole Miss or Alabama. Go to Mountain Brook Sporting Goods, get you some fan gear.
Absolutely. That is Henderson. Got about 6 yards on that first down play.
6 yards.
Tell you what, George, this Spain Park team,
yeah,
not looking like a 1-2 team.
No, they're not. They're looking like a Region 3 team, and you never know what you're going to get each week with that.
Second down and 4. Henderson. Short gain this time. Several Spartans team up on the tackle. Burkett, Lee,
Griffin,
Gorey.
Yeah, Gorey makes the first initial hit.
Third down, Spain Park.
And then you have a host of Spartans. Boom, see Gorey, and then all of a sudden, you know, Clark Griffin always ready to chew down on somebody.
Will Baines in there too. Third down and 3. Big play here. Got to stop him. Quarterback Pronk just takes it and runs, and he's got a first down. Wow. He's got 20 yards. He just took it and ran.
I tell you, the Spartans are playing a little bit on our heels. That's what, the first 3 weeks the Spartans have been, you've seen from aggressive from that outside, inside, on our toes. And tonight we just seem to be a little bit missing something.
First and 10, Spain Park. Pronk hands it off to Henderson. He's got room on the left side. He'll get 7 yards on that play. I mentioned Spain Park 1-2, but they played tough competition. They started the year at home against a really good Hillcrest team and beat them in a tough game, 24-14. Then lost at Bessemer City. Bessemer City's good. And then lost by a touchdown at home against Vestavia last week, and we know Vestavia is very good. So they've had 3 tough games. Nothing doing that time. Trey Gorey again making the play.
I'll tell you, Trey Gorey there, and then Will Baines also there on the help. Watch number 79 walk around his pulling block. I've never seen a pulling walk.
He didn't get anybody either.
No, that was like a fast pace.
He just walked over there and went for a stroll.
Looked like somebody you would see down at Brookwood Mall walking.
Yeah, just a little cardio.
Yeah.
Burn a few calories.
I like the effort. That was an awesome effort.
Timeout on the field. 3:53 to play in the first half. Spartans trailing 14-0. We got lots of cheerleaders, George.
Yeah, we do. I tell you what, our cheerleaders are doing a fantastic job. Hey, let's talk about Service First Bank, one of our sponsors. Service First Bank is a full-service commercial bank focused on commercial banking, correspondent banking, cash management, private banking, and the professional consumer market, emphasizing competitive products, state-of-the-art technology, and a focus on quality service. The bank offers sophisticated cash management products, internet banking, home mortgage lending, remote deposit, express banking, and highly competitive rates. Come visit our main office branch Monday through Friday located at 2500 Woodcrest Place, or visit our website at servicefirstbank.com. Service First Bank, our name is our mission. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. I'll tell you what, about that time to do some home improvement, get yourself an equity line, do some of that. Go see Service First Bank.
There you go. 3rd down and 3. Pronk to throw into the end zone. It's incomplete. Tight coverage out there by Alex Washington.
Ooh, Dorian about got her knee taken out. I tell you, Alex Washington doing a fantastic job on the coverage that time. Dorian's down there warming up and almost had us an injury on the sideline.
We don't need that to happen.
So here we go for a long field goal kick.
It will be a 37-yard field goal attempt. Lucy will hold it. It is long enough, and it is no good.
Oh, very good. I like it. I like it when I hear a no good.
Yeah, Trevor Bernier was the kicker, making the try there.
So Spartans with a little bit of a break. We got 3:39 to go. It'd be awesome to put together a good 3-minute drive to get us some points on the board before we go in at half.
That would be huge.
You know, we've been a good second half team this year, and so I expect the Spartans to pull it all together. But let's get it started on this drive.
Service first down for Mountain Brook at the 20. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And the give to A.J. Gates running right. He'll pick up about 3. Tell you what, number 10 for Spain Park has been on a lot of plays. That is Josh Wallace.
You know, once again, Spartans not doing anything. A.J. getting about a 3-yard gain there on the run.
Second and 7. Gibbs back to pass, extra protection, throws over the middle, it's complete. And is that Blake Roth?
Blake Roth right there.
Getting
No,
across.
excuse me, Pierce Rodriguez.
Number 10, not 17. I knew it was a 1 and something else.
I tell you what, Pierce,
Something else was covered up momentarily.
well, something else just made a great catch. Pierce Rodriguez. I tell you what, he's always known for his blocking, but look at this route right here, and look at Strother just place the ball exactly where it needs to be for a service first down.
Well, that's a perfect pass by Strother Gibbs. It had to be perfect. And a good job catching it in traffic by Pierce Rodriguez. Service first down, Mountain Brook. Strother Gibbs will take it and try and run. Makes one man miss and works his way ahead for a 5-yard gain. Good job by the Mountain Brook sophomore quarterback.
I tell you what, great job that time by Strother. Good blocking up there by the line. Spartans getting something going here with 2:23 to go in the second quarter. Ball on the 49. The Spain Park 49.
Second and 5. Gibbs fakes the pitch, looks to throw, and it is complete to Hamp Green, who holds on despite a hard hit, gets pushed out of bounds, but it's a 11-yard gain and a Mountain Brook first.
There we go. The Spartans are churning right now. I tell you, one of his favorite receivers. Who is it? Hamp Green. Hamp came into the game with 19 receptions and already had a couple of receptions for us right now. Spartans service first down.
Good job by Hamp. He was bobbling that a little bit while he was taking the hit and still managed to hold on. Look at it again. Another replay. You'll see what I mean.
Good catch for that preferred walk-on to Clemson. You got a timeout.
Service first down for Mountain Brook and a timeout for Spain Park. 2:01 remaining in the first half with Mountain Brook trailing but on the move in the middle of their best drive of the night.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's looking like we're starting to put it together, but now we're starting to get the ball downfield. You know, we've had the running game moving a little bit, but now,
yeah, I think so. We appreciate our sponsors, including Gory Reagan.
Gory Reagan, Charlie Reagan. Can't find a better organization than Gory Reagan. Southern Sky Aviation by the Jernigan Foundation. I tell you what, you're going down to the Grove, you're going to the Plains. Southern Sky Aviation will get you there.
Here we go. Service first down.
After the timeout, first down, Spartans.
For Mountain Brook. One receiver to the right. That's the only receiver in the formation. Gibbs back to pass. He's looking right. Has his man open. And that is Pierce Rodriguez again, and he works ahead for the first down.
I tell you, you'll find no better effort than number 10, Pierce Rodriguez, making the catch, and I tell you what, barreling over for the first down for the Spartans. Service first down. Here we go. Look at the great protection this time. Backs in it. The linemen with their heads on the swivel. Strother with the pass out to Pierce Rodriguez, and then Pierce seeing that first down marker and headed right for it.
Works sort of that a 7 route that they call it as he goes out and down the field and then over and got open. Back to pass Gibbs. He has got time. Now here comes the rush, and Strother will work ahead, get back to the line of scrimmage, but there's a flag on the play.
That time a couple of receivers came open. Just missed, but here we go. Mancuso, I like what he's pointing.
Yeah, something against
give him a flag to
Spain
throw
Park, I do believe.
I like it.
Defensive holding.
Defensive holding, nice. I tell you what, Lee, you know what I'm looking at right now? We're talking about our live stream. I'm looking down in the crowd, and I've seen our live stream on people's mobile phones.
Yeah, you got to like that.
You got to like it. And I'm going to call out a couple of names. I see like a former star quarterback, Warren Lightfoot, and linebacker Randy Reed out there. They are sitting there watching it on their mobile. Or at least that's what I think they're doing.
Service first down. And a little push pass that works. A.J. Gates gets inside the 10 to the 9. That works for 5 yards, almost 6.
Check out the replay right here. Watch A.J. come right here. The old whoopee pass right there to A.J. Gates. You see good blocking by Ham Green, and you see Blake Roth downfield blocking. Great job.
Actually got almost 7 yards on that play. Second down, a long 3. And has Spain Park called timeout?
No, we got a flag on the far side against the Spartans. False start. To back us up.
We got 1:03 left.
5-yard penalty against the Spartans. Remains 2nd down.
Am I right, George? Is that 1:03 or is that 10.3? Yeah, it's 1:03.
1:03.
1:03.
Now 59, 58.
And now Spain Park takes a timeout. I guess I was clairvoyant
Time is
there.
out on the field. Spain Park, their 3rd and final timeout of the first half.
So Spain Park calls a timeout with 57 seconds left in the first half. And like you were saying, George, we hadn't finished it yet, but we're trying. We really wanted to see the Spartans come down, drive the ball, score before halftime, grab the momentum, get back within 1 score. They've driven all the way down the field. Just got to finish it off.
You got to finish it off. You know, hey, we want 6 points on the board, but we need points on this drive. And I tell you what, it's been a great drive that started, you know, with about a little over 3 minutes to go, and the Spartans have done it through the air. And that's what's been nice. And now we're attacking downfield and opening up. And, hey, we're putting it on a young quarterback's shoulders, getting us down there.
Yeah, you saw the shot of our cheerleaders there. It was – we got a lot of cheerleaders.
We really do. Look at right here. You know, what we're noticing in the Spartans is all the weapons we have. You know, we talked about the running backs and stable of running backs, but these wide receivers, too, all of them are playmakers. And we do have lots of cheerleaders cheering us on, those playmakers.
I think roughly it looks like about 35, 40 cheerleaders. 2nd down and 8. Gibbs throws underneath. That's got to be interference, doesn't it?
Well, you would
He
think.
caught the pass with a defender leaping on his back.
Grabbing his sticker bar.
It was complete for a short gain. No flag thrown.
Their 2nd
All right.
timeout of the first half.
I don't know how that's not interference.
All
I mean,
right.
I understand he caught the pass anyway, but that doesn't mean you don't call the foul.
You know, I tell you, once again, 43 seconds ago here for the Spartans. Here we go. We're seeing that replay again.
Watch 15 in the blue and white.
Hamp Green down there. A little bit early on the coverage. I tell you, we couldn't do this broadcast without our sponsors, Medical Properties Trust, Southern Sky Aviation by the Jernicka Foundation, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods, Service First Bank, and Glory Reagan. I tell you, we really do appreciate all they do for us. And I know you get to hear from us many times. I want you to go talk to these sponsors and give them the thanks for all of you that are watching this broadcast out here live or out home. Send a message to these sponsors to tell them how much you appreciate them.
All right, 3rd down and 6. Spain Park shows blitz. They bring blitz. Strother trying to get away. And he does. He can't get a pass off. They'll bring him down inbounds. That keeps the clock moving. He'll lose 2 yards on the play. Actually lose 1 yard on the play.
Spartans with 1 timeout left. The clock is running with 22 seconds. Spartans going to attempt the field goal with Atkins Roberts.
4th and 7, so they'll try and at least get 3 points out of it. He'll put it down at the near hash at the 19, so a 29-yard field goal attempt.
Spartans will call a timeout.
No, they won't. They'll just kick it. Boy, that's a strong kick by Atkins Roberts. And it's through the uprights. Good look at 29-yard field goal.
My heart was
Atkins
beating.
Roberts.
My heart was beating watching that clock go to 2 seconds.
Well, and I was looking at Coach Yeager. He was ready to call it if he had to.
Yeah.
But I think what he wanted was just what he got.
Yeah, he got exactly.
That is, let's kick it as the time is expiring, get the 3 points, and not even give them even a kickoff.
Exactly. That's why Coach Yeager makes the money he does, and I get paid the sugar cookie up here that I do. You know?
Well,
Yep.
I was watching him over there. He was ready.
He was ready.
He was ready to do it if he had to, but it timed out perfectly, and all the more perfectly because Atkins Roberts put it through.
Put it through the goalpost. So, here we are 14-3, and, we're up 14-3 here. We're down 14-3. It hadn't been the greatest first half we've ever seen. But you know what? We finished up strong, and that's what I like. And our team has been a good team to adjust to the second half.
So the 29-yard field goal by Atkins Roberts as time expires in the first half. We are at halftime, and it is 14-3. Spain Park leading Mountain Brook. Back after this break on the Mountain Brook Sports Center.
Two-thirds of drivers who died in car crashes chose to ignore this warning. Seatbelts save lives. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
If you were coaching these kids, what would you coach? Physical training and endurance, position skills and mental discipline, or overarching teamwork? To succeed, they'll need it all. And one thing more, especially when they're 4 scores down and have to dig down deep to bring forth their best game. It's called playing with heart, for that's what true champions always leave on the field. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare.
And welcome back to Spartan Stadium as we are at halftime. Mountain Brook and Spain Park. Spain Park on top by a score of 14-3. But George, a good finish to the first half. Not quite as good as we were hoping. We were hoping to get 7, but we did get 3.
No, we did. You always got to look for the positive. And we had a great last drive, that last 3 minutes. We saw the Spartans take it to the air and put it on a young quarterback's shoulders to get us down there, and we got 3 points. We'd much rather have a touchdown, but we didn't. But you know what? We say games come down to about 5-6 big plays. 2 big plays have happened by Spain Park. That's what scored these touchdowns, long distance running. Let's see what those 3 plays are going to be in the second half, and hopefully they'll be smart.
Well, and the positive side is the Mountain Brook defense, other than those 2 plays, which unfortunately we got to count those 2 long touchdowns for Spain Park. We can't wipe them off the board. They count 2. But other than those 2 plays, the defense has played very well, and the offense has moved it some, and then finally on that last drive of the first half, moved it to the point where they got points.
Yeah, this is a Spartan team that's playing a little beat up tonight, and not having all of our personnel that's out there. But I'll tell you what, the personnel that's coming in to replace these guys are doing their job.
Yeah, they are.
And I'd say so we haven't quite seen the same Spartans we've seen in the past couple of weeks. But I tell you right now, the last 3 weeks we've seen a great second half. I mean, last week our team held the team, Tuscaloosa County, to 4 yards total offense on
Amazing.
defense. And then our offense is out there putting up another 200 yards. So I'll tell you what, I think the second half is going to be the Spartans' second half.
And another thing Spain Park has done, they have blitzed a lot at our young quarterback, and he has handled it well a lot of those times. He's been sacked a few times, but he hadn't thrown a pick as a result of that, and he's managed to work his way back, if not all the way back to the line of scrimmage or positive yards, at least close to it in many of those cases too.
Absolutely, and he has a Strother sort of like a Brett Favre out there. I tell you what, they keep blitzing. That will help us because he will get something going, and when we get to that second level, Spartans will get in that end zone.
And when we had to go to the passing game, like that last drive,
Yep.
it worked effectively. We went to Pierce Rodriguez, went to Hamp Green, and got us down the field for the field goal.
Absolutely. We have playmakers, as we were talking about earlier in the broadcast. We got, a stable of running backs with A.J. Gates, Daniel Wilbanks, Sam Higgins. And at receivers, we got Blake Roth. Don't forget, Golden out there, tight end. Then you got, Pierce Rodriguez and Blake Roth and Hamp Green. All these guys, we got weapons.
Yeah.
So we're going to put it in their hands, and we're going to see a great second half.
Got a half of football to go. We've got our Mountain Brook Spartans band and Dorian's halftime routine coming up as well. So stay with us. 14-3 Spartans down to Spain Park at halftime. More halftime entertainment coming up after this timeout on the Mountain Brook Sports. All right, a little FaceTime, George.
If you were coaching these kids, what would you coach? Physical training and endurance, position skills and mental discipline, or overarching teamwork? To succeed, they'll need it all. And one thing more, especially when they're 4 scores down and have to dig down deep to bring forth their best game. It's called playing with heart, for that's what true champions always leave on the field. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare.
Two-thirds of drivers who died in car crashes chose to ignore this warning. Seatbelts save lives. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Now, as you can see, the Spain Park band, huge band, still performing here at halftime. 14-3 is our halftime score. Mountain Brook trailing Spain Park, but as we mentioned in the last segment, if you're just joining us and you see the score, you say, oh, not going too well for Mountain Brook, but the important part is it has gone Mountain Brook's way of late. So they did grab some momentum going into halftime, and hopefully will continue here in the second half.
Yeah, Joel just put the camera there on the 7th and 8th grade football team, who very wisely is halftime. And guess what? They're not playing tonight. So what are they doing? The boys are meeting around with the girls, and some of them are. Oh, look, we got one of them over here showing how you throw the discus.
Yeah.
Got some other ones. Oh, there we go. We got a little bit of dancing. If you pan it on over, you'll see over here. Keep on going, and there's a shoe off. Somebody throwing a shoe.
Okay, yeah.
And so now here's where, I even see my daughter better be behaving. I see my daughter in that crowd. I see I say, Margaret, I see you, Margaret. Yeah, she's putting her hand over her mouth.
Yeah.
She saw somebody throw a shoe.
It's like she knew you were talking about her.
This
her
is
reaction.
Mountain Brook 7th and 8th graders at their best.
Her reaction, right when you said that, like you knew you were talking about her.
I tell you, back to seriousness. We always have those moments like last week with Fred with the cannon. But hey, I tell you what, I'd like to talk about the Mountain Brook City School Foundation.
Looking at the great crowd we got here tonight too, and we want to point out.
Oh, look at there it goes.
As we see the crowd, before you get to that,
absolutely.
Get to that in like 20 seconds, George.
Yeah.
But I just want to point out to people that we are putting the games, streaming the games live. But we do appreciate folks still coming out to the games live. You can watch it if you want on your mobile, or you can. And the great option is as well that you can watch it archived as many times as you want, as often as you want. It'll always be there, and we. Look at the great crowd we've got out here tonight.
It really is, and it's great, and it's on both sides of the field too.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is to see the mobile folks that are sitting there watching. They probably have our voices turned down, and they're watching the replay. You can watch the replays. You can see what has actually happened in real time, which is really, really cool. I tell you what, with all these fans out here, I want to talk about the Mount Brook City Schools Foundation. Friends, for the past 25 years, the Mount Brook City Schools Foundation, a board I serve on, has provided an annual grant to the school system to help narrow the financial shortfall created by inadequate state funding. The school system's needs are growing, so we need your help. The foundation has launched the Give 180 campaign to provide families with an easy and affordable way to help. All families in the school system are being asked to donate $1 for every day of the school year. That's $180 annually or $15 a month. You can sign up by visiting the foundation's website at www.mbgives.org/donate or by texting Give 180 to area code 205-614-5445. That's Give 180 to area code 205-614-5445. It's incredibly important that we all do our part, so please join me today in donating to the Mount Brook City Schools Foundation Give 180. Thanks for making a difference.
All right. Good job, George. And we are getting ready for halftime to continue with the Mount Brook Spartan Band and the Dorians. It'll take them a couple of minutes to get set up, so let's take another timeout. Our halftime score is Spain Park 14, Mountain Brook 3. The most important part of that is the Spartan 3 came as time expired in the first half on a 29-yard field goal by Atkins Roberts. So momentum on the side of the Spartans as we close in on the beginning of the second half. Back with the band and the Dorians after this timeout on the Mountain Brook Sports Network.
If you were coaching these kids, what would you coach? Physical training and endurance, position skills and mental discipline, or overarching teamwork? To succeed, they'll need it all. And one thing more, especially when they're 4 scores down and have to dig down deep to bring forth their best game. It's called playing with heart, for that's what true champions always leave on the field. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare.
Two-thirds of drivers who died in car crashes chose to ignore this warning. Seatbelts save lives. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Welcome back to Spartan Stadium. Along with George Palakas, I'm Lee Tracy. Happy you're along with us tonight. 14-3, Spartans down to Spain Park at halftime, and now we are excited to bring you the Mountain Brook Spartans Band and the Dorians here at halftime.
Favorite part of the game.
what we've seen, and we're not little children, and we know what we want, and the future is certain. Give us time to work it
Welcome back. We just witnessed our Mount Brook Spartans band with their great performance, the Dorians and the band, and the cheerleaders. There's so much that goes into a successful program, and it starts with the football team there, but then all the compliments to the team and everything we have. Hey, Lee, I got some halftime stats for us right now.
All right, give us the numbers, George.
All righty. Well, let's say from the running game, we've got AJ with 9 carries for 28 yards. Daniel Wilbanks 2 carries for 4 yards. And Strother with 9 carries for 21 yards. In the passing department, Strother has attempted 9 passes, completed 8 of them for 74 yards and no interceptions. On the receiving end has been Hamp Green for 2 of those receptions, 27 yards. Pierce Rodriguez, 2 receptions for 30 yards. Crawford Golden, 1 reception for 2 yards. And A.J. Gates, 3 receptions for 9 yards. On the defensive side, let's see what we got here. Oh, it looks like big number 62, Trey Rory, with 4 big tackles for the Spartans. And Baines Autry bringing the pain with 3 tackles. Right now we have 2 penalties for 17 yards. Spartans got 4 first downs. And in the punting game, once again, with a 41-yard average, doing his part with 5 punts. Mr. Aiden Hood, thank you, with 5 punts for an average of 41 yards. So right now we got the Spartans down 14-3. Other news going on in the Region 3 play. Do I hear a little birdie telling me that Hoover is down by 14 points right now to the Hewitt-Trussville?
That was at halftime, I believe.
Yeah. Was it 28-14?
28-14, that's what I heard, yeah.
So it looks like some surprises going on all through Region 3 tonight.
You can see the Spartans out getting ready. We're going to take one more break and then come back with the third quarter after this timeout on the Mount Brook Sports Network.
Two-thirds of drivers who died in car crashes chose to ignore this warning. Seatbelts save lives. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
If you were coaching these kids, what would you coach? Physical training and endurance, position skills and mental discipline, or overarching teamwork? To succeed, they'll need it all. And one thing more, especially when they're 4 scores down and have to dig down deep to bring forth their best game. It's called playing with heart, for that's what true champions always leave on the field. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare.
Spain Park Jaguars taking on our Mountain Brook Spartans. And if you weren't with us for the first half, we'll recap the scoring for you. Basically for Spain Park, their 2 touchdowns have come on 2 big plays, and the Spartan defense has done a pretty good job other than those 2 plays. Pronk to Manny Austin, a 73-yard touchdown pass, and then a 67-yard touchdown run by Henderson made it 14-0 Spain Park. That was early in the second quarter. And then the Spartans offense finally got it going late in the second quarter, put together a really good drive. The passing game playing a major role in it. Got into field goal territory, and then Atkins Roberts, as time expired in the first half, drilled a 29-yard field goal. That got us to our score 14-3, with the Spartans getting ready to kick it off to Spain Park.
Hey, I want to give thanks to Douglas Grant and Lee Byron, who give us the stats and provide those stats for us here at the Spartan Stadium. So thank you very much to those guys for getting us those stats.
Here we go with the kickoff. Aiden Hood to the 1. It's going to be returned. Oh, he just jumped over a tackle there. Good return out to the 26.
I'll tell you what, Duncan Bixler, number 2 on the tackle, and Will Baines on the tackle.
Houston Crommelin also in there, as he tends to be on all the kickoff returns. Just about all of them.
We're getting waved to from the crowd out there that were waving to us, and one of them was Ellie Halpern, and the other one Lillian Palakas. That's why we're being waved at. They're fans of ours.
Okay.
It's always good to have your daughter a fan of you.
Never have too many fans.
Can't have too many fans. You always got to have your daughter and a friend.
Yeah.
At least. So there are 2 of them out there that like us.
1st and 10, Spain Park. Pronk throws left side. And the Spartans again work their way.
Ball comes loose, and there it goes!
And there's a return for a touchdown for Mountain Brook by Alex Washington.
That is what we're talking about. That is what we need right here with 11:38 in the third quarter. Spartans come out with a huge play that time, and Alex Washington scooping it up for the Spartan touchdown.
I believe, and the replay will reveal it. Let's watch. I think
great job
Clark
by
Griffin.
Clark Griffin,
yeah,
ripping the ball loose. And there's Alex Washington ripping it in with one arm, taking it in for the touchdown. That is how you start off the second half.
Oh, how beautiful was that? Clark Griffin goes in there and pops that ball out. And then did you see Alex Washington in stride, just bobbles it into his grasp and just never slowed down all the way to the end zone. Extra point by Atkins Roberts, and just like that, what are we at? 22 seconds into the second half. The Spartans have closed it to 4 at 14-10. Jonathan, can we watch that replay one more time, please? I would really love to see that again. That was such a beautiful play.
I'll tell you what, Clark Griffin, just a leader of this Spartan team. Here he is, scraping down, and watch him, boom, making the hit. And then Alex Washington. But I'll tell you right now, give credit to number 47, Reed Manley, who's getting his start tonight. What was he doing? He was keeping the line of scrimmage and keeping, look at number 47 out there, keeping the line of scrimmage, keeping the containment to allow Clark Griffin in there to make that tackle, and Alex Washington scooping it up for a touchdown. Great job, Spartans.
About a 20-yard fumble return touchdown for Alex Washington. That was beautiful.
Great.
That was beautiful.
You're not always the one ripping the ball out. You're not always the one scooping it up for the touchdown. It's those unsung heroes just doing your responsibility like Reed Manley that produce that kind of play.
Well, we were hopeful that the positive ending to the first half, that momentum grab by Mountain Brook would carry over into the beginning of the second half, and I guess it did.
It did, and we talked about 3 plays in the second half. We've seen one of them.
All right, another first down play for Spain Park. This time they'll run Pronk, the quarterback, for about 4 before he's pushed out of bounds.
Great job by Will Baines that time. The junior linebacker making the tackle, getting the start tonight.
Number 26.
In place of Colin Bussman, and once again doing his job. Spartan crowd got a little pep in the step right now, cheering on the defense.
2nd down and 8. They try a run, nothing doing, says Trey Gorey. Big number 62 gave him a bear hug and pushed him back.
I tell you what, there ain't no tearing down that wall.
Watch
Gorey.
The man in the middle, 62, Trey Gorey.
Boom, all of them holding the line, and Trey Gorey just sitting there. I mean, just manhandling the lineman and then making the play.
He did just that. He manhandled his blocker and then just got him in a bear hug and pushed him back. That is big time nose tackle play right there. Here's a quick swing pass out in the flat. It's complete.
Oh!
What a hit! What a hit for Mountain Brook by Logan Brewer.
Great job that time, and I think they held him from going to be 4th down. What a hit by Logan Brewer to keep it 4th and 1.
Well, they're not even going to measure, George. They've given him the 1st down.
No, it's going to be 4th and 1, right? No!
Wow.
Oh,
and look where the hit was and look where they marked the ball.
I tell you, what a big hit.
Man. Was defense is playing, aren't they?
I tell
they
you,
are playing.
They are hammering down on these tackles right now. You see Clark Griffin once again, number
James
40.
Burkett, Alex Washington.
I tell you what, this is a Spartan defense that had gone 10 quarters without giving up a score, and I tell you, they're playing with a purpose right now.
Early penetration by Edward Kane and Will Baines played a role in that defense right there as well. 2nd down and 8. Back to pass is Pronk. He'll throw the deep ball. That's going to be intercepted. Oh, boy. Our boy Grant Griffin, who's had a great game already, he was ready to pick that off. I think the Spain Park receiver got a hand in there to knock it out.
Great job that time. And watch right here who else is on the coverage for the Spartans. You see it right down the seam right here, but you see our linebacker in there on coverage too. And you see Clark Griffin back there, the brother of Grant.
Yeah, Grant was ready to pick that off. Credit to number 4 for Spain Park. He changed from offense to defense there and actually knocked that ball out of Grant Griffin's hands. We got a timeout, so we've got time to show it to you again. Because Grant was ready to pick that off and maybe have a chance to return it. Grant Griffin's had a huge game.
Hey, Southern Sky Aviation by the Jernicum Foundation. Southern Sky Aviation is Birmingham's only full-service aviation company offering charter flights, brokerage services, aircraft management, maintenance, avionics, and flight training. For our team, there's no greater passion than that of serving our guests, clients, and partners in pursuit of a better way to fly. With certified pilots, expert maintenance professionals, and avionics specialists, we're providing the safest, most enjoyable aviation experience in the region. Visit us at southernskyAviation.com and let us show you how to reimagine flight. Southern Sky Aviation by the Jernicum Foundation. And I'll tell you right now, our defense is flying around like Southern Sky Aviation.
They are fired up, aren't they?
They are fired up.
3rd down and 8. Pronk back to pass, swings it near side. And let's see where they mark him out.
They'll mark him out right at the 1st down mark. A play set up perfectly for Spain Park that time, and I'll tell you, it looked like Edward Kane coming around, getting around that blocker to help keep it from going big yards.
They put it down right at the marker, and don't measure, don't question it, just give them a 1st down. Those last 2 1st downs, they were within inches of one way or the other, and they just gave them to them each time. Here's a running play that'll gain about 1.5 yards or 2. Hard hitting by the Spartans again. Will Baines, Edward Kane, James Burkett.
Mark Smith coming in game number 39, middle linebacker in place of Clark Griffin, who just lost his helmet on that tackle he made. This is a play before that went for the first down.
Second down, we'll say 8 for Spain Park.
Second down, Spain Park.
They run it. And got to midfield. Henderson tackled by Edward Kane. Also in on the stop for the Spartans, Baines Autry.
Third down, Spain Park.
3rd and 3. Let's see if we can stop them on 3rd down here. Spain Park has converted 2 straight 3rd downs into first downs. Pronk to pass. He'll do it again. That was too easy that time.
Robert Reed on the tackle for the Spartans. But the flag down on the 48 of Spain Park. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully we're bringing that one back. Ineligible receiver downfield.
Ooh.
Bring that one on back. Back it up, boys.
You know, George, I have seen that penalty called, I think, more in our first 3.5 games, and not just ours, other games I have watched this year than all of last year. It's like that was a point of emphasis for the officiating crews coming into the season.
I think so, with the involving of the game and this spread kind of play.
Yeah. 3rd down, here comes the blitz, and he is nailed.
Boom! Mr. Who?
Baines Autry.
And what is the prediction?
Baines
Pain.
bringing the pain.
Prediction? Pain. I tell you what, I love watching Baines Autry come in like a missile right here. See him coming from the right here. Boom!
I don't know how Pronk held on to that football.
Do not either, but great call by Mount Brook Spartan defense coach.
And Baines took full advantage of coming in untouched, didn't he? Oh, this is a beautiful punt. Spiral. Fair catch called for by Hamp Green at the 26. That's where the Spartans will start.
Wow. I tell you what, I like what's happened here in the second half and how we've come out and played. You know, we gave up a couple of first downs here, but you know, one thing you're seeing, Spartans are playing now not on their heels but on their toes. They're moving around and flying to the football. And, ooh, some hits we're seeing. I love it.
I think maybe Coach got their attention at halftime.
Absolutely. I see the guys now playing the game like they love it.
Service first down at the 26. And a swing around and room to run for Strother Gibbs. He'll slide at the 30 and pick up 4.
There's a quarterback that's getting a little bit older each week, and he does a very wise thing, doing the little hook slide right here. He rolls out, option to pass. Doesn't see anybody open. Look at him. He runs, but then hook slides to avoid the hit.
Yeah, because number 10, Josh Watson, was coming up. He's already made a lot of tackles tonight. He saw him coming. He said, I think I'll go down. Got the 4 positive yards first. Here comes A.J. Gates. He's got room near side. Gets a block downfield. Gets to the edge. Gets across the 40 to the 41. That'll be a Mountain Brook first down.
Great job that time outside by Blake Roth, making a block there for A.J. to get to the first down marker. So now we see the Spartans on the move. Once again, you see it right here. Watch Mancuso cave down, get to the second level. You see Pierce Rodriguez in there blocking number 10. And Blake Roth, great job by the receivers that time. A player's down for the Spartans. We cannot afford to have a player down. It looks like it's our left guard, number 57, Braxton Wexler. And so this is what we can't really afford to happen. You know, we got Andrew Fleming, who is in for the Bo Hubbard this week, and Andrew's been doing a great job. Andrew is usually Braxton's backup. So it's one of those things that we cannot.
Well, let's hope it's nothing too bad. It's
tell you,
about a 10-yard gain by A.J. Gates on the play.
You will not see a tougher player than that number 57, our left guard, 10th grader, Braxton Wetzler. You know, I don't know if you remember, as a 9th grader, he was in our lineup last year some. And he is a tough man. And I bet on the sideline he's going to find some magic dirt, and he'll be back in.
Let's hope so. Hope so.
So let's see what we got coming in right now for the Spartans. Number 53, Chip Porter, a senior, will be there at left guard for the Spartans.
Back to pass is Gibbs. He throws. Just real happy that was not intercepted.
Yeah, that's tough. That's what happens when you throw it back across the field. You better have something on it, because that kind of thing can go the other way.
Well, he completed a pass similar to that in the first half.
Yep.
But this one, the defender was a whole lot closer to it than that previous one, and that made it a little scary, but just incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
I tell you what I love is, seeing Chip Porter in there tonight and Andrew Fleming. Man goes down, next man up. And I tell you what, these Spartans there, we're not going to skip a beat with these guys.
2nd and 10. Strother will keep, and he'll get about 3.
Gibbs the ball carrier. Tackle made by number 88, Jake Horton.
So that time you see the Spartans not doing too much, and you see
another lineman coming up, gimpy there, Hugh Lawson Joy.
I tell you what, it's just
I think he got
fleeted.
Yeah. That's one of those things that you know all about that, George. Those offensive linemen, you get the middle of all those bodies, and that happens a lot where they just get fallen on.
Good.
Strother Gibbs is in trouble. He will spin, get out of trouble, throw the deep ball to Pierce Rodriguez. What a catch by Pierce Rodriguez for a big gainer for the Spartans.
Brett Favre, Strother Gibbs, he can extend a play, and just like a Brett Favre, get that ball downfield, improvising, looking at his receiver, Pierce Rodriguez, and leading him out of his route. Boom, throw it downfield, get it going, boys. Nice catch, Pierce.
That's a great job by Pierce Rodriguez and Strother Gibbs.
We got a coach out on the field. What do they call timeout?
Official timeout on the field.
There's a timeout taken.
Look at this right here.
Look at the
Good
replay.
blocking, and look at Strother just extending the play. Pierce right there, putting the ball right where it needed to be. And look at Pierce making a fantastic catch.
That was.
Having to go on the other side.
Pierce wasn't really that open.
No. You had to put it right where you had to put it.
But that was a great play. Credit to Strother Gibbs for escaping for as long as he could to buy some time. Credit to Pierce Rodriguez doing what the receiver is supposed to do in that situation.
Yep.
First off, in the scramble situation, you want to come back to the quarterback.
Absolutely.
But then when the quarterback scrambles to that side and has that momentum, you want to head downfield. Which is what he did.
Yeah.
And Strother put a beautiful pass in there, and Pierce made a great catch.
Terrific job, and it's you love that improv.
14-10, Spartans all the momentum on their side right now. Trailed 14-0 in the second quarter.
5:39 to go right here in this second quarter. We got a service first down.
Service first down is correct, George. Give it to A.J. Gates. He will go to the right, and he'll lose yardage. Play was designed to go left, and it was stacked up, so he tried reversing his field and never could find any open territory.
That time, number 78 was in there. Braden Alleman was at left guard, but now Braxton Wetzler is back in. Braxton is back in for the Spartans at left guard. I told you he'd find that magic dirt.
That is great to see. Great to see. 2nd down and 13. Back to passes. Gibbs hit as he throws.
Oh,
did he get a foot down?
Yes,
he did. Hamp Green. What a catch. Start the circus music.
I tell you what.
Oh, man.
Look at the line holding them out right here, trying to keep them blocking. Strother feeling the pressure, and
beautiful.
Putting that one little toe in. Fantastic.
Oh,
Dabo's getting him a special guy next year.
That was beautiful. Absolutely. You can't do it any better than that. 3rd down and 2. Straight run by Strother. And he is not going to get to the first down marker. So here you got a choice. You can try a field goal, definitely makeable from there for Atkins Roberts, or you can go for it on 4th and less than a yard.
I'm going to tell you right now, the way we're playing, I'm ready to punch him in the mouth and go for it. And I think that's what we're looking at the Spartans about to do.
That looks to be what we're going to do, at least at first.
We've talked about.
We'll see first. They may try and shift and draw them offside first. Nope, they're just going to run it. Power run. First down, Mountain Brook.
The Thunder from Talisic coming over the middle for the first down for the Spartans. You saw the Spartans with our big lineup in there. You saw number 83 come in, Boyd McWhorter, and number 78, Braden Allaman. We had a bunch of big boys in there, and then handed off to Daniel Wilbanks over the left side. Your Braxton Wexler and Mancuso.
And 42 for Spain Park had him, but he couldn't bring him down because Daniel Wilbanks is just too strong.
42 just felt the Thunder.
1st and 10, service first down, Mountain Brook. Gates going to the right side, and he'll do well just to get a yard, and a late flag comes in. Wonder if they hooked his face mask.
Well, it could be that, or I think they're going to call us for the hold on the outside. Let's see.
I thought I saw AJ's head swivel a bit like they hooked the face mask. See that? Yeah.
Let's see here.
Let's see if that's what they called.
He did call it. You got it, Lee.
Thank you very much.
Awesome job.
Once in a while, the old eyes come through.
Man, that was a great call. So here we are, the Spartans here with 3:47 to go here in the 3rd quarter, driving down 14-10 to Spain Park.
Good job by the official to catch that too, because it wasn't a blatant face mask, just hooked it for a second.
Gives us a first down, ball on the 7.
Service first down, 1st and goal. Strother gives the shovel pass. It is touchdown Mountain Brook. Daniel Wilbanks, an 8-yard touchdown pass from Strother Gibbs, and the Spartans have come all the way back to take the lead.
Shuttle pass or whoopie pass right there for the Spartans. Strother Gibbs right here to Daniel Wilbanks, setting it up perfectly, and Daniel Wilbanks just taking it right to the middle for a touchdown for the Spartans. Offsides that time by Spain Park on the extra point. We got Atkins Roberts that'll be kicking it for the Spartans. Ham Green.
How about George? Is that 2 or 3 times we've done a little shove pass tonight?
Oh, that's the 3rd time we've seen it. And
it's worked.
And it hadn't always been to Daniel either. It's been to AJ, and then it was back to Daniel. So it is working.
Atkins Roberts for the extra point, and it is good. Tell you what, he just about nails the folks. The top of that lift.
He does. And
on the camera up there.
And then you see the plethora of green jerseys over there trying to catch it.
The junior high school.
Yeah, the junior high football team. Coach Jones, Derek Jones, does a fantastic job down at the junior high. He's got probably 78 plus 8th graders, and then another 78 plus on the 7th graders. And what a great program. Every kid feels a part of the program, and they're really good too, doing their job. But it all starts around 3rd grade. We need to get out there and play that tackle football. It's safe. We got good people watching over it. We need those, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Those are going to be our future high school players.
George, with 9:15 to go in the 2nd quarter, Spain Park scored their 2nd touchdown and took a 14-0 lead. Since then, Mountain Brook 17 unanswered points. Spartans lead 17-14. Here comes the kickoff return. Oh, I thought I might have seen a block in the back there. No call. Guess he got him on the side. Good kick coverage by the Spartans anyway. Hold him inside the 25, down at the 22.
Looked like number 44, Jarrett Harrison, in there making a tackle for the Spartans that time. What I'm loving is, we said it will come down to about 6 plays in this game. We had 2 by Spain Park in the first half, and we've had 2. I'm going to tell you that 4th down was a key play for the Spartans, punching them in the mouth.
Sure was.
And, of course, the turnover we had earlier by Alex Washington getting for a touchdown.
So, first down play for Spain Park. They run it left to Henderson, and he gets a pretty good gain out of it, about 6 yards. Depends on where they mark him out of bounds. Looks like they're going to give him 5.
Robert Reed there on the tackle. So, once again, terrific job by the Spartans. We see the 4th week in a row going in at halftime and doing some adjustments that are showing their effects here on the football field.
Spartans look like they might be coming on this play. Nope, they get ready to tackle near the marker. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds this time. Again, another hard hit there at the boundary by Baines Autry, and it is a first down.
Once again, you see the defense there. What we love is on that line, we can just rotate, 6 guys within that rotation. I mean, they're all terrific players. Right now, you see Jay Barrs, number 88. You see number 98 in there, Cade Holmes, and number 80, Ford Kelly. I tell you what, Jay Barr's been making some big plays for us. About ready to see him make one here.
And Spartans bring the blitz, and there's a bunch of them there to get in on the tackle after a short gain of about 2. Clark Griffin.
And look,
there's your man you just mentioned, Jay Barrs, bottom of the pile.
On cue, you watch him slaying in on this and see the speed of Jay Barrs. I love that quote this week that we saw from Coach Yeager about Barrs blocking the punt last week. The week before he had an interception. He says, that's just Barrs being Barrs.
Yeah.
He's just always there to make a special play. Flag on the play.
There was a flag on the play. Didn't notice that. It's early movement by Spain Park. Might have been a formation violation, because usually if it's an early movement illegal procedure, they blow the play dead. They let the play go through that time. They'll try Henderson left side again. Nothing there but a whole bunch of green jerseys.
Edward Kay, number 6, and
Baines Autry again.
Yep. I tell you, leading the way.
Will Baines, both Baines were in there. Baines Autry and Will Baines.
I tell you, that's what's just special about it. You see this, you see both sides, that line, sort of line of scrimmage, Spartans taking control of it.
Second down and 16. Prong throws, and it is caught, but then the hit comes hard and immediate, and it's Grant Griffin again.
I tell you what, Greg Griffin having a ball game tonight. I tell you, he's coming up big, making some big plays for the Spartans. Third down right now, about 6 yards to go.
Third down.
Nice hit by Grant Griffin. Third down and 6. Oh, yeah! Again, get on that ball. Spartans have it. Let's see if they rule it an incomplete pass. They're ruling it an incomplete pass, not a fumble.
Ford Kelly come up with the ball, but hey, who is it on the hit over there? Baines Autry. Prediction? Payne. Here he comes from the right side again. Watch number 23 coming in here right here. Pow! That's a fumble.
I'm going to say, I know the ball ended up going forward, but
it went forward but he slapped that arm down before that hand even got up.
Yeah. Punting situation. Oh, beautiful punt. Tremendous punt. No fair catch. Hamp Green going to try and return it, and he will return it about 7 or 8 yards to the 27.
Here we are, minute 35 in the third quarter. Spartans up 17-14. I'm sort of liking the momentum shift that we have in this ball game.
No doubt about it.
See Hamp Green right here getting about a 6-yard return. He's not bashful. He will catch it in traffic and run.
And I like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's a 7-yard return, so it's not like it's a 40-yard return or something, but still it gives you 7 positive yards when most people just would have caught it back there, fair catch, and that's 7 yards. Strother Gibbs rolls right, looking downfield, and he throws incomplete.
So as you see, that time, look who's there. We have this plethora of running backs. Sam Higgins, number 21 in the ball game. Sam is like our leading rusher on our team right now, and he's in the ball game. That time, incomplete pass that time by Strother. AJ back in.
Second down and 10 coming up. Crawford Golden goes wide to the near side. And Green in the slot over on the right side. There's the shovel pass, and there's Daniel Wilbanks, another good chunk of yardage. That play picks up 6.
You know, so it's so hard to defend that play when you got AJ out to the outside. They got to be, keep him in their mind. And look at this. Strother just does a great job with that play and getting it right up to Daniel up the middle.
They actually give him 7 yards on the play, so it's 3rd and 3. This is A.J. Gates. A.J. with a first down and more. Crosses midfield. Crosses the 40. They'll push him out of bounds inside the 35 of Spain Park.
And who's there out of bounds to greet him and give him a high five, but who other than number 40, Clark Griffin. I thought Clark was going to make the tackle on him. Look at A.J. right here going around to the right, seal the blocks down, kick him out, and there's A.J. off to the races. And look at number 40 going to run him down. I love it.
Actually mark him out at the 36. Service first down, Mount Brook. There's Sam Higgins. No room for Sam. No gain on the play.
And there goes the clock, and now we might have seen the last play of the third quarter.
Spartans with a 17-14 lead after trailing 14-0 at one point.
So I'll tell you what, here we are going into the fourth quarter. Hold the four fingers up.
We've completed 3 of 4 with our score. Mountain Brook 17, Spain Park 14. Fourth quarter when we come back on the Mountain Brook Sports Network. George, the only sponsor that I've got down.
2/3 of drivers who died in car crashes chose to ignore this warning. Seatbelts save lives. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
If you were coaching these kids, what would you coach? Physical training and endurance, position skills and mental discipline, or overarching teamwork? To succeed, they'll need it all. And one thing more, especially when they're 4 scores down and have to dig down deep to bring forth their best game. It's called playing with heart, for that's what true champions always leave on the field. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare.
Back at Spartan Stadium, we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Mountain Brook leading 17-14 over Spain Park.
The Spartan Spear right now. Shields up, boys. Spartans in a drive.
Amp Green and Pierce Rodriguez go wide to the left. And there's the quick pitch to A.J. Gates, left side. And he'll try and cut behind the Hamp Green block. He will pick up 4 or 5.
I'll tell you what, Hamp Green out there, and then if he got to the next level, Pierce Rodriguez having a great block out there for the Spartans. Here you go right here. Watch. Once again, you run it to the left behind Mancuso and Wetzler shielding off the inside and the linebackers.
By the way, another thing I want to point out, Hugh Lawson-Joy also still in there, too. We had two offensive linemen that had a bit of an injury earlier, and they're both back out there. Wetzler, the other one. And Father Gibbs throws to A.J. Gates, and he was too open. He was just too open. Made that mistake that every receiver makes once in a while, and usually it happens in that situation where you're wide open. You turn your eyes downfield, thinking about what you're going to do with it before you finish bringing it in.
And we're tough. We're on the 32-yard line, a little bit long for a field goal, too short for a punt. So here you see the Spartans going for a 4th and 6.
Yeah, field goal would be 49. That's a long one. So 4th and 6, Spartans will go for it. As Spain Park shows blitz, there's the shovel pass again.
Good block.
A couple of great blocks.
Oh,
they're going to call a foul on one of them. AJ all the way down to the 7, but they're going to bring it back.
Let's see.
I'm anxious to see this again.
Yeah, I'd say it looked like Pierce Rodriguez making a great block in there. We'll see what the referee saw. Yeah, there's that one right there.
That one could have been, by Pierce.
It was close. It was, once again, it's not one of those. It's an effort block. I mean, it is.
Well, and so many times as he's starting the block, he's at his side. And, and just as the play happens,
it's tough.
He winds up more behind him. See what I mean there? In fact, you could even argue that he got him on the side.
Yep. Well, right now what it does is it puts us back to 40, and now let's see what we can do here by Mr. Aiden Hood to pin him deep inside the 10.
Another flag.
And the Spartans will probably push it back about 5 more yards to give us more of an opportunity. Or we got too many players.
Yeah, we tried to play with 12 that time. It's great if you can get away with it.
Absolutely.
Gives you an advantage.
Always does. Seen many teams do it and not get called for it.
That's right. Remember the one year Colorado actually shared in the national championship because they got a 5th down?
Oh, absolutely. I remember that. It's still talked about,
Yeah. Here's the punt.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, this could work out nicely.
Oh,
it took too big of a hop. It had a chance to be perfect, but the hop was just too dramatic. Couldn't keep it inside the goal line.
Hey, look at the band and cheerleaders having fun here in the 4th quarter. One thing I want to talk about our band, hey, get your chicken sandwiches, your drinks, and everything from the concession stand. But there was a great article this week about how our band took their old uniforms, they patched them up, and got them all looking new and donated them to Woodlawn. Woodlawn High School, who had not had any uniforms for 7 years.
Oh, that's tremendous. That is phenomenal. Oh, and that is phenomenal as well. The play
Ford Kelly
by Ford Kelly. Wow.
Big hit. That's what we say. I just love it. These linemen, they just next man up always. You can just rotate them in. Look at him just manhandle this guy. Get in there.
Oh, that's a great play by Ford Kelly.
And you see the lineman look at his coach over there going like, whoa, I don't know what to do.
Quick pass, and it's incomplete. He was about to be drilled anyway.
By who? Mr. Baines Autry. Prediction, Payne. I tell you, the way he comes in like a missile.
3rd down, Spain Park.
3rd down and 13 for the Jags. Pronk back to pass. He throws, and it is incomplete. Alex Washington. Tremendous coverage again. Forces the incompletion.
Terrific job. He got that head around. Makes a play on the ball. Here you see right here. Quarterback goes back for the pass. Lets it loose. And look at Alex. Perfect coverage right there.
I tell you what, Alex has made several stellar plays tonight. None bigger than the 20-yard fumble return touchdown, of course. But to be cornerback and to be as tall as he is, that is some kind of advantage. And you saw it on that play. Hamp Green, the fair catch, because Mountain Brook has already got great field position at their 43. But Alex also a basketball player. He is taller than most cornerbacks. And it really paid a dividend on this play here as he goes up with the receiver and he gets the high point faster, better, and knocks it down.
Well, that's what you're always told. Catch it at the high point, and there he is. And look at there. There's the line right now that's been taking over the game here in the second half. Let's see what we can get done here now with 9:38 to go in the fourth quarter.
Service first down, Mountain Brook. It is A.J. Gates. The ball came out. I think A.J. got back on it. He did.
A.J. making a few yards, but I'll tell you what, we talked about these linemen, and see, look at number 50, Joy pulling around, and look at number 51. Look at Joy kicking out. Look at 51 up top, getting to the second level there.
Yeah, it was actually was it Crawford Golden, I think, that actually recovered the fumble?
Yes.
Second down, Spartans.
And Hugh Lawson Joy doing a fantastic job, one of our team captains tonight.
2nd and 7. Pass to Pierce Rodriguez, knocked out of bounds immediately after making the catch at the 49 of Spain Park. It'll make it a 3rd and short.
Pierce Rodriguez quickly becoming a favorite target tonight with another reception.
Yeah, he had not received too many passes in the first few games. We've been praising him for his blocking and a few catches. But tonight, he's making a lot of catches. Some big ones, too. 3rd and 2. It is Higgins trying to find his way to first down marker. They're not going to give it to him.
They better. They've given them every one of those marks.
They sure have, but they ain't giving it to us. They're going to mark him almost a yard short.
Here's the Spartans, knowing that this is Region 3. Big play. Early in the ball game like this, you saw the Spartans punting the ball. Now the Spartans feeling a little bit confident, with their defense, what they're doing. And certainly with our offense. Up, timeout.
Timeout on the field, 8:16 to play in the fourth quarter. Mountain Brook leading 17-14.
Hey, I tell you what, let's talk about Gory Reagan. Secure your business today with Gory Reagan's proven solutions. With products backed by our knowledgeable sales and service teams, you can be confident that your security, parking, and time and attendance systems are in good hands. Our Mountain Brook school system just utilized Gory Reagan to put their secured access control system in place at all our schools to help further secure and protect us. Call my good friend Charlie Reagan's team today at 205-871-7395 or go online at goryreagan.com. Gory Reagan, serving our community since 1959. Well, I'll tell you what, our line has been giving us good access control and protecting Strother to do his job. But now we're going to push a little bit forward this time. Let's get us a first down over.
4th and 1.
With big Daniel Wilbanks.
It'll be Strother Gibbs just running, and that big, strong quarterback leans forward, falls forward, gets the first down. Woo! Nice to have a big quarterback.
I tell you what, you see we bring our big lineup in again. You got McWater in there, and you bring Alleman in there. And you got Daniel Wilbanks blocking for you.
Service first down, Mountain Brook. Strother hands it off, and there's the double handoff. Here comes Hamp Green near side. Got blockers in front. Hamp Green to the 30. Hamp to the 20. 15, 10, out of bounds at about the 8.
So terrific blocking that time. Hey, what a great job by A.J. to get the ball to Hamp, and Hamp toss it to him, Hamp get it. But I will tell you what, great job that time in the blocking. But there was one special block that I was seeing out there by number 66. Look at 66 up top, getting his block and getting enough on him to spring Hamp down the sideline.
What a great play call and great execution by the Spartans.
But once again, everybody doing their jobs. Receivers blocking, another lineman blocking. But I just saw that, Andrew Fleming, who's getting his first start tonight, and you see next man up doing his job. Great job.
2 receivers left, none to the right. Gates in the backfield. AJ's got it. Heading out to the left edge. He's to the 5. He is
Sideline
to
touchdown.
the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans.
Great job. And there, who is in there visiting him first? But where it all gets started, Hayden McDonald, number 63. But terrific job that time blocking, and AJ just showing the speed. Here you go, watch it. It all starts right there in the middle. And then you see out to the side, you see Hugh Lawson Joy pulling. You see Hamp Green, Pierce Rodriguez blocking. AJ taking it for a touchdown. I tell you,
Pierce Rodriguez blocked.
I'm telling you right now.
He drilled his man all the way to the boundary.
He can have just a whole show on huddle with his blocking.
And I like the idea and the execution. Give it to your fast guy, send him to the wide side of the field, and over that, all that room out there, he's going to find a way to beat the others to the goal line.
And run it over that pile line, and these referees see it as a touchdown. The ones a couple weeks ago, maybe for Texas A&M, didn't see it that way.
That's right.
So
even after the replay.
After the replay, that's right. But great job. Here we are.
Old Jimbo Fisher was a little bit upset.
He was upset about that one. But think about this game. 14-3 at halftime. It all started with about 39 to go in the second quarter.
Something like that.
That drive started. Spartans picked up 3 points, got the momentum going at the end of the half, taking it at halftime, and now we've come out here with 21 unanswered points, taking over this ball game. And the defense is back to holding the opponent scoreless.
Yes.
In one quarter, and we'll see what we do in 2 quarters.
Just in general, their body language this second half, they just have seemed to be at a whole different level.
Yeah, and it started.
And I think it started with that drive at the end of the first half.
It really did.
And then carried over at the beginning of the second. Of course, had the big turnover touchdown right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Second half.
But that drive, there was just something that just helped get the focus back.
Spartan fans are reminded that last touchdown and all touchdowns this 2008 football season are brought to you by
Well, I know I'm obviously rooting for Mountain Brook. And I think I've said this. This is game 4. I think this is the 4th game in a row I've said this. I'm impressed with these Mountain Brook Spartans. Just the way some of these games have unfolded. It didn't look good for Mountain Brook early on in this game.
Oh, Reed Manley!
Interception!
Reed Manley getting the start tonight with the Spartans and getting up high to pull down the ball for an interception.
Reed Manley, what a play! Watch him go up and get this.
I see it right here. Gosh, getting a start tonight. Big number 47 right here. Get up high and catch that and bring it on in. What a play by Reed Manley. And
play after play after play in this second half.
And there you go. I will mark that one down as about the 5th play we've seen in this ball game. Big play. Gets us the ball on the 27-yard line. Look at this again. Just great coverage, sinking back into the zone, and boom. Stretching up there with that long body to pull him in.
That's a great job, Reed Manley. We try to run up the gut for a tough yard or 2. Ball came out. Spain Park says they have it. I think the officials said the play was over. It is Mountain Brook ball.
Second down, Spartans.
Got 1.5 yards on that service first down play.
Can't really see what happened here, but 2nd and 8, 6:36 to go. Get that block.
It is Will Banks, left side, running hard as he always does, down to the 21.
Daniel Wilbanks, feel the thunder. Here he comes. Gains 5 yards. Bringing us to a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, they mark it at about the 21, third, 3.5. And the read option is Strother Gibbs keeps it, and he is tackled for a loss.
Yeah, that time Spain Park just selling out.
They just blew that play up.
They were selling out, thinking that's the play coming. And
it didn't matter which option he chose there. They had it defended. Timeout on the field. We will talk about our friends at Mountain Brook Sporting Goods. 5:42 remaining in the fourth. Spartans lead it by 10, 24-14.
Hey, for decades, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods has been serving Mountain Brook and the surrounding community. Now under new management of Jay Barker, Rob Howland, and Robert Gillespie, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods is ready to build on past success and expand their breadth and quality of service. One way we do that is by providing complete and reliable service to all our teams. No matter what your need, from printed fan gear to equipment, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods provides it. We carry all the top brands for every major sports, and if we don't have it, we can get it for you. So don't waste your time traveling down those busy highways. Come see us on Church Street in the heart of Mountain Brook Monday through Saturday, or visit our website, mtnsportinggoods.com. Mountain Brook Sporting Goods, make us your one-stop shop for all your sporting good needs. And I'll tell you what, always what I love about Mountain Brook is you always got your ball games, football games, over there at Crestline Field, the third graders, fourth graders, fifth graders. When you forget your mouthpiece or you forget your cleats, go over to Mountain Sporting Goods, buy yourself.
Right there.
They're right there.
Fourth down play here for Mount Brook, and again in a situation they will go for it. There's the shovel pass, and A.J. Gates trying to make it work again. He'll come up about 1 yard short of the first down.
I cannot recall a game where you've seen so many shuffle passes. You see it maybe once, twice in a ball game, maybe 3 times, but man, we have seen that play
about 6 or 7. And they've all worked to some degree. Even though that didn't get the first down, it still picked up 5 or 6 yards.
We pick up one block, and here we are. But 5:26 to go. Defense has got us here, right here now. Got to hold it for us.
Well, and now that we're up by 2 scores, you're feeling pretty good about things. Pronk back to pass. Here comes the rush. And he gets away and is hit hard by Edward Kane and brought down, but a gain of about 8.
And that's Harrison Barker that's in, our good friend Jay Barker's son, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods. Here's his son, who's a junior, that's playing for Spain Park, who's now in the ball game. Last time we saw them, they had that scoring drive.
Gains 8 yards.
And Barker looking to pass. He throws. It is a beautiful pass. It's complete for a big gainer. Boy, that pass was zipped in there, and it was on the money.
Good pass. Once again, this Spain Park team, the thing about the season, they're trying to find their identity. And they got 3 quarterbacks they've sort of shuffled in and out. Harrison Barker showing a good little pass right there.
And he's back to pass again. He's got a man over the middle, and that's incomplete.
So now Spain Park in that moment of sitting back and tossing it around. They obviously feel like Harrison's the one to put him in there and get him in place to score. Mountain Brook looking to hold this game together for us.
There's the sideline pass. It's complete. Well defended then by Robert Reed.
Yeah,
brought his man down immediately. No yards after the catch.
Great job that time. Great coverage by Robert Reed, but man, he is out there on the island by himself and making the tackle. Perfect play. Spartans shuffling in a new group to the game.
3rd down and 6. Barker rolling left, looking. Now he will run, and he will be stopped at about the 45-yard line. That's 2 yards short of the first down.
And you see the Spartans that time. You see number 25, Will Yarbrough on the tackle. James Burkett bringing up 4th and 2.
Got Jay Bars. Looks like maybe a cramp issue with Jay. He was pulling back his toes. Yeah. It definitely looks like, I realize I shouldn't speculate about medical things from the press box, but there's certain telltale signs that are pretty clear that it's a cramp issue.
Yeah, when the cleats, the toe part of the cleats is pointed straight up into the sky, yeah, there's some cramps going along.
Something was not right there, and Coach Hager had to take a timeout. Something, he was jumping up, or assistant coach was jumping up and down over there on the sideline. Something was not right, and they took the TO. 3:33 left in this one, 24-14. Mountain Brook trailed by 14 at one point. They lead by 10 now.
Absolutely. I tell you what, Service First Bank is a full-service commercial bank focused on commercial banking, correspondent banking, cash management, private banking, and the professional consumer market, emphasizing competitive products, state-of-the-art technology, and a focus on quality and service. The bank offers sophisticated cash management products, internet banking, home mortgage lending, remote deposit express banking, and highly competitive rates. Come visit us at our main office branch Monday through Friday, located at 2500 Woodcrest Place, or visit our website at servicefirst.com. Service First Bank, our name is our mission. Member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Thanks to the great folks at Service First Bank. 4th down and 2. Spain Park will go for it. Barker will run, and he'll get the first down. And he is brought down at the 39-yard line. They spread the formation. He faded back as if to pass. Everything opened up, and he just ran for the first.
So Spain Park 320 trying to get something put together here.
Barker throws underneath. Did we knock it out? Yeah. Clark Griffin knocked that baby out of there. Incomplete. Clark got his hands in there while the receiver was trying to finish the catch and made sure he couldn't do it.
Clark's played a great game tonight, once again.
2nd down and 10, Spain Park. Harrison Barker, back to pass again. Now he will run, and he will go down hard thanks to Edward Kane.
Oh. Eddie, what a hit. Oh, Edward Kane
bringing the pain.
Oh, yeah, bringing the pain that time.
Some Kane pain.
Some Kane pain. I like it.
Boom. Ooh. 3rd down and 4. Barker in trouble again. He's going down again. Trey Gorey and Clark Griffin with the sack.
Mike Singletary, Clark Griffin coming up the middle, making the big hit on Barker and sacking the quarterback. Here it is. Look at it right here. Look at number 40 right here, Clark Griffin. Boom, timing it right and making the hit. And then, Trey Gorey's like, I want in on this.
I want some of that.
Yeah, let's get us a dual sack.
Give me a bite of that. Yeah.
I tell you what. So
did he time that blitz perfectly or what?
Perfect, and was not picked up at all. So, once again, this is what I love about our defensive package. We're starting to see what we saw in the first few weeks and seeing Clark being able to blitz. But you know what? We've had those 2 outside guys, those injuries that happened. It sort of had to work into the game to get back to what we need to do.
Yeah.
And it's been great to see this happening. So the right side of us, the Spartan crowd is going loud, and Spain Park side is a little quiet right now with 2:40 to go, down 24-14.
After the timeout. 4th down, Spain Park.
4th and 11. This is last chance time for Spain Park. Barker throws deep down the middle.
Oh, wow.
He got it.
What a pass.
Perfect pass. We had people there. I think we didn't turn around and look for the ball.
We didn't. I tell you what, and Barker just a perfect pass. Zipped it in there for a nice catch by number 11.
If the Spartans are looking back, they could have at the very least helped make that incomplete and maybe picked it off.
Instead, Kenyon Hines receiving it for Spain Park.
And they still have a chance, although Barker's going down again. James Burkett and Jay Bars team up on the sack.
And Edward Kane in there. So another timeout taken, leaving Spain Park with 1 timeout left with 2:17 to go in this ball game. Mount Brook with 0 timeouts in this half.
Burkett, Bars, and Kane. The trilogy in the sack there.
I tell you what a ball game. You know, you had Spain Park jump out to a quick 7-0 lead.
Two big plays.
Then another big play to be up 14-0. Then that once again it was like 3:29, 3:30, somewhere around there.
There was, when they scored that second big play, there was 9:15 left in the second quarter.
Yep.
It's 14-0.
14-0. Then we had a couple of stops here and there, and they stopped us. But about 3:29, we took the ball and drove it downfield, and Spartans with no time left on the clock kicking the 3 points that started this little momentum going our way.
And it's continued that way the entire rest of the night. Spain Park not quite dead yet, though. They have driven down the field here with just 2:17 left. Now with the Spartans up 2 scores, still feeling pretty good, but it's not over yet. Barker back to pass, throws, and it is almost intercepted. My man, Reed Manley again.
I tell you, Reed Manley looks like he's 6'10" out there, the way he's getting those arms up.
What a game he's had.
It's a terrific game he's having, and the coverage he has been just fantastic. Just getting him so high to make that play.
Great play, Reed Manley. 3rd down. Barker back to pass again. Escapes to the right. Throws back of the end zone. Intercepted Mountain Brook. Alex Washington again.
Alex Washington with another big turnover for the Spartans. And you know what? Let's just count that as another one of those big plays for us. Look at the pressure coming. Everybody scrambling. You know, Harrison just trying to make something happen for the Spain Park Jaguars, doing all he can.
Yeah, their chances of completing that were barely better than 0. But in this situation, Harrison had to give it a shot. You got no choice.
You got to do something.
And Alex Washington made him pay. He gets the pick. Great game by Alex Washington.
Absolutely. And, you know, we talk about these big plays, and it looks like the Spartans have come out on top with about 3 to 4 big plays in the second half to trump the 2 big plays in the first half by Spain Park. But it's been, you know.
And as we look at Coach Yeager, I do feel that this is a good time to mention as we talk about the way this Spartan team has adjusted and come back. How about our coaches once again?
Absolutely.
Doing just a great job.
Both sides
Coach Yeager and his staff.
You know, Coach Yeager, now let's just walk out this next minute 56. But he's getting closer to being the all-time winningest Mount Brook coach.
And now the Spartans will their main objective now is just to
run out the clock.
Run out that clock. Up 24-14. There's 1:49 left. There's a penalty, though, on the play. That'll stop the clock.
Spain Park had used their timeout, or were about to, but with the flag. And, you know, Coach Yeager is now 5 victories away from being the all-time winningest coach here. Of course, the longest tenure.
Is this his 13th year?
You know, I'm sitting here, lost track. I bet I got it somewhere. But, yeah, I mean, he is. We get that, or 14.
14?
I don't, you know, well, hey, here we are.
I know it's been a long time.
Yeah,
and I know there's been a whole lot of success that whole time.
I know he's going to finish this one out. He'll have 96 victories.
A.J. Gates might break one more. He might not be done. He's across midfield, and he stays in bounds, goes down, sacrifices an opportunity to pad the stats a little bit more, because the main priority there was to keep that clock going. That's a smart play by A.J. Gates.
Hey, you know what's great? You see Daniel Woolbanks over there cheering on the crowd, saying, get up, get off your feet. And then you see A.J. with a great play running, and very smart, wise play, just keep it in bounds. But what's funny is looking at all the dads and moms mimicking Daniel out there and doing their hands and waving it up, saying, get up, get up.
Service first down again for Mountain Brook at the 43-yard line of the Jaguars. Strother Gibbs hands it off to Sam Higgins. He'll bounce off a tackle and work his way for a few.
And Spain Park uses their last timeout. With a minute 6 here, Spartans 2nd and 10. So
But they've got no more timeouts.
No more.
There's a minute and 6 seconds left, and there's a Mountain Brook 10-point lead. I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling really good. You know, once again, it's been I tell you, we talk about this team, and there's something about this team, just the heart and character of this team. And, to be down 14-0, a lot of teams could have just caved it in. And it could have been one of those nights. But this team right here.
Thank all of our sponsors, starting with Gory Reagan.
Gory Reagan, I tell you what, Charlie Reagan, we thank Gory Reagan and all they do for our program. And all the other sponsors, Medical Properties Trust, Southern Sky Aviation by the Jernigan Foundation, Mountain Brook Sporting Goods, Southern Sky Aviation by the Jernigan Foundation, Service First Bank. Our name is our mission. Mountain Brook Sporting Goods, we got you covered on and off the field, apparel, footwear, and gear. We thank all our sponsors, Medical Properties Trust and Aldag. You see their commercials throughout our broadcast.
Appreciate their support. Ask you to support them, and we sincerely mean that because that helps make it all happen. We can't put the games on without their support. They would not. They want some reward for their support, and that is by you. If you need the product or a service that they offer, make sure they're the ones you see for it. Nobody else. They're the ones you go for it, and then thank them for sponsoring on the Mountain Brook Sports Net. And the Spartans will have to take one more knee, I believe. And then they will go to 4-0 on the season. That's going to do it. What an impressive victory tonight for the Mountain Brook Spartans, down 14-0 in the second, and did not allow another point the rest of the night. Meanwhile, they scored 24 straight. That's how you get it done against quality competition in your region.
Hey, you never want to say it before the game, but once again, this was a must win. This is the Region 3, and the schedule is playing in our favor. And here the Spartans go up 2-0. Now we don't know what's going on in the Hoover Hewitt-Trussville game, but there's some. Hoover was down by 2 touchdowns. You had Thompson lost to Hoover. You got them beating up on each other right now. And guess what? Who's up at the top of that region? That's Mountain Brook Spartans.
Undefeated Mountain Brook Spartans. It's still early, but they all count. Early games and late games all count.
Hey, but you know what? 24-14, this game's over.
It sure is.
You know what it is now? It's Vestavia week.
It sure is.
It's Vestavia week. So go celebrate for about 25 seconds and maybe join us here in a little bit. But it's time to start thinking about those Vestavia Rebels.
And that'll be right here.
Right here.
Spartan Stadium next Friday night.
And Buddy Anderson, who's been coaching since 1902 at the Vestavia. I mean, he's been there forever. And, he'll bring a opponent. Vestavia is in the top 10 of the state right now, right there behind the Spartans, ready to go. But look at the Spartans. You see them coming, and they're celebrating with the fans. They are here to celebrate and appreciate the big crowd that was here. You see them all down there, Mancuso and all those guys joining hands. So we want to break away,
I think we're done.
Are we going to head down to the all right, maybe not this week. Yeah. Hey, maybe not this week, but hey, in the future weeks, I think there are going to be some times
we're working on it.
We're going to get on the field to see some of these players. But hey, take a look, get a shot down there of those players and the fans and the cheerleaders. Great job.
Again, your final tonight, Mountain Brook 24, Spain Park 14. Spartans improved to 4-0 overall, 2-0 in region play. Our partner's been George Palakis. Great crew with the Barbie Media Group. Appreciate the job they do each and every week as well.
One last thing. Vestavia week! Get ready.
Go Spartans, 24-14. Mountain Brook wins. We thank you for watching the Mountain Brook Sports.
Go Spartans.